I'm sorry.
For Clark. Ty Clark. Yeah, I know you. Wake up. Give us a call. What's the one?
I'm looking. No, oh, he's up. All right, let's see how this.
See what we got here.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning.
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 Attorneys, we can
Morning,
start checking
Katie.
in, please. Good morning.
Good morning.
Robert Plumpy on Ty Clark.
Oh, wait a minute. Torres.
Jeffrey Schwartz on Kiwan Easley. He's on the screen.
I'm sorry, who?
Jeffrey Schwartz on Kiwan Easley. I see him on the screen.
Ray
He's in the red
Page.
shirt.
I didn't hear that last one after Mr. Schwartz.
Ray Page.
Oh,
Juan
Page.
Clark.
For Juan Clark?
Yes.
Yes, that's tough.
Stephen Cripps, I'm here on Juan Clark.
Okay, yeah, Mr. Cripps is retained on that.
Okay, is that my Clark? Okay, thank you.
Wait.
No, hold on, Mr. Plumpy.
Yeah,
No, you're okay. We're talking about Juan Clark, not
Oh.
Ty Clark. Juan.
okay, thank you.
Wanda Cal on G-Quan.
Oh, tell her, hold on. Mr. Torres is on.
I know, I seen it. I'm sorry.
Plumpy said he's on the same case. That's what I'm trying to get to.
No,
What did you say,
Plumpy
Mr.
is on Clark.
Ty Clark and Torres is on time.
No.
Madam Clerk, is it possible to put me and Mr. Cripps in a breakout room?
Therese.
That's the Italian way to say it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, lies.
So I'm on it. I'm on it.
Yeah, I was looking at the wrong
Okay,
docket. I'm
all right,
sorry.
we're good. Okay.
Sorry.
That on behalf of Zier Reese, who's I see him on screen.
Reese, yeah, Reese. Oh, that's the competency. Okay.
Wanda Cal on behalf of G-Quan French.
Oh, French is my waiver, right?
Yes.
All right, I got you, Ms. Cal. Who's next?
And Attorney Sophia Curry on Richard Kitchen.
Richard Kitchen. Can I have your P number, Ms. Curry?
72103.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Who's next? Checking in.
Good morning, Madam Clerk. This is Henry Schneider with NDS. I'm checking in on Daisha Hill for a PCC. And I believe the court also wanted to speak with me about the Christopher Key case, which is not on the docket today. But I believe the court wanted Nicole James and myself to call in.
Yeah, that's on that person that is in custody, I think MBOC. Your co-counsel client.
Co-counsel's client is in custody.
Yes. Okay, I got you. Who's next? It?
Oh, no. No.
Oh, I got him. I got him down. Mr. Who?
Aaron goes to prosecutor.
No. Oh, maybe he's on Cripps' case.
Other than that, that's it.
Is the prosecutor for Clark on? Juan Clark?
Yes, I'm here, Kitty.
Thank you.
Madam Clerk, this is Ray Page again. Would you send David Cripps to the
This is
I can't hear you, Mr. Page. You're breaking up a little bit.
Yeah, I said, did you send David Cripps to the breakout room with me? I want to get some clarification on this situation. One, Craig.
I already did it. Did it once.
Yeah, wasn't in the breakout room for some reason.
What do we need a breakout room for, Ray?
I want to have clarification because they retained me. I talked to him this morning.
All right.
Said
Is it about Clark?
yeah, on Clark.
Okay. I'll join you.
Okay, thanks.
439 just Giles called. Yes.
Oh, they already in there.
What is your name? Yes. You want- All right, are we ready?
Yep. You got a prosecutor?
Is
Yes.
Sarah?
Yes, I'm here.
You gonna be here by 9 o'clock to do the exam?
She's here. She's in the
Oh,
hall.
she's down the hall. Yeah.
She's in one of them rooms.
Okay.
Ready on Ty Clark?
Yeah, ready, Miss Kitty, but could I get a breakout room? He's here, I guess.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good morning, Kitty. This is Judith Brady, attorney for Derek Graham. I sent you an email. Is there a way we could get on record to get a new date?
Okay, Miss, you're gonna have to wait a minute, Judith.
That's fine, huh? Thank you.
Ready on Juan Easley?
Yes, we're ready.
Calling case number 2155452, the people of the state of Michigan versus Juan Easley. Defendant is charged with count 1, weapons carried concealed. This matter is scheduled for a probable cause conference.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Jeffrey Schwartz, P32076 on behalf of Mr. Easley.
Hold on, Mr. Schwartz. Put your systems on mute if you're not in the hearing. Thank you. Go ahead, Mr. Schwartz. You got to start
Thank
over.
you. Thank you, Your Honor. That's fine. Good morning, Your Honor. Jeffrey Schwartz, P32076 on behalf of Mr. Easley, who's present by Zoom, and we agree to go forward by Zoom for this hearing.
And good morning, Your Honor. Sarah Bonoma on behalf of the people, P84189.
Can you easily state your name for the record?
Juan Easley.
Your Honor, today's the date set for PCC. Unfortunately, the prosecutor's office is not considering anybody for diversion once it gets out of 36. And I know this court does not reset PCCs. And I just got the discovery and he needs to get some information together. Normally I would wait, but I don't want to prevent him from trying to get diversion. So we're asking the court for an exam far enough out so we can get our documents together and get them reviewed for diversion. I'm not sure why they won't let us go to Frank Murphy to do that, but that's what they've been doing.
Right. How many witnesses?
One, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. All right, April 15th at 9:45.
Check that real quick, Judge. That's fine. What time was it again?
9:45.
Thank you.
All right, if you get accepted into diversion, please contact the court so we can move it up and do it on Zoom.
Will do.
All right, thank you.
Are we ready on Juan Clark?
Not back yet.
Oh, I see Mr. Cripps.
Oh, yeah.
Huh?
He's on the phone though.
Oh, maybe they're trying to get it clarified. Ready on Zaire Reese?
Ready, Your Honor.
Calling case number 2061055, the people of the state of Michigan versus Zaire Reese. Defendant is charged with count 1, reckless driving causing death. This matter is scheduled for a competency hearing.
Good morning, Your Honor. East Side on behalf of Zia Reese, who appears by Zoom. We consent to this hearing to be conducted via Zoom.
Your Honor, there's a special prosecutor on this, APA Brian Johnson. I don't see him present in Zoom currently.
That is correct, Your Honor. We're not objecting to the report. We're just going to set some dates for an exam.
Gotta have a prosecutor.
Okay,
I have to call it.
Yeah.
thank you.
Is Mr. Puffy back?
I'm right here, though.
If we can ask Sarah if she could text Brian and see where he's at. Please and thank you.
That's defense counsel. I'm doing that now.
Thank you.
Are we ready on Jaquan French?
Yes.
I know, it's the Cal. Ms. Cal, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Calling case number 2060805, the people of the state of Michigan versus Jaquan French. And is charged with count 1, weapons carrying concealed. This matter is scheduled for examination.
Good morning, Your Honor. Sarah Bonoma on behalf of the people, P84189.
Juan DeCal on behalf of Mr. French. Mr. French, say your name.
For the record,
Juan French.
French, don't know how to dress for court?
Say that again.
Do you know how to dress for court?
No, sir. I really don't. I don't have any dress shirts right now.
You about to learn, and it's gonna be a hard lesson. You don't dress for my court, I dress you. Now let's send you Wayne County Jail, and they put you in green. I don't do t-shirts in my courtroom. I don't do sweats. I don't do none of that. And running to go put on a shirt ain't gonna help you right now. So you just might as well sit back down.
Well, I don't have a button-up
Sit
shirt.
back down. This down. Mr. French, you want me to respect you, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, well, I want the same thing. I want my respect. Thing is, if you don't give it to me, I'm gonna take it. And it's not gonna work out well for you.
Sorry about that, sir.
The only time I'm gonna tell you, dress for court, all right?
Okay, I can go get a dress shirt today.
All right, Ms. Cal.
Your Honor, I've spoken to my client. He's indicated he wants to waive his right to a preliminary examination.
People have any objection?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Prince, you understand that you have a statutory right to preliminary exam where the state must show by probable cause the crime was committed and probable cause you had something to do with committing that crime. You understand that, sir?
Yes, sir.
Anybody promise you anything or threaten you in any way to get you to waive your right to preliminary exam?
No, sir.
You're waiving your right to speak involuntarily after having opportunity to talk to your attorney about it.
Yes, sir.
Do you have any objection to the court signing your name to the waiver form and initialing off?
Yes, sir.
Do you hear me?
Yes.
I said, do you have any objection to me signing your name to the waiver form?
Oh, no, no, sir. No, sir. Sorry about that.
All right, Ms. Cal, do you have any objection to the court signing your name to the waiver form?
Oh, Your Honor.
All right, court will find that you freely and voluntarily waive your right to preliminary exam matters bound over to Wayne County Circuit Court Criminal Division for arraignment on information, which is February 26, 2021 at 9:00 a.m. Files continue.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Ready on Juan Clark?
Ready.
Ready.
Calling case number 2155698, the people of the state of Michigan versus Juan Clark. The defendant is charged with count 1 and count 2, assault with intent to murder. Count 3 and count 4, weapons, felony, firearms, discharged from a vehicle causing injury. Count 5, count 6, assault with intent to do great bodily harm, less than murder or life deprivation. Count 7, weapons, dangerous weapon, carrying with unlawful intent. Count 8, count 9, count 10, count 11, count 12, count 13, count 14, weapons, felony, firearm. This matter is scheduled for a probable cause conference. Please put your device on mute if you're not in the hearing.
Good morning, Eric Gozzi for the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. David Cripps, co-counsel on behalf of Mr. Juan Clark.
May it please his honorable court, Ray Page, also co-counsel on behalf of the defendant, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Juan Clark, please state your name for the record.
Juan Clark.
Thank you. All right, gentlemen. What's your pleasure?
Judge, discovery has been sent to the defense by Mr. Gozzi, so we're ready to set an in-court preliminary examination. As you can see, Mr. Clark has posted bond, so he's out on bond.
All right, Mr. Coley, how many witnesses?
Why you do that?
Approximately 2, Judge.
2. Good morning.
Good morning, Kitty. How you doing? I was on HLDS scheduled for an exam today. It appears that he has retained counsel. Counsel is outside.
The attorney's outside?
The attorney is outside. He just told me that he was retained.
I need an appearance.
I will have him come in, I just want to make sure everything, you know what I mean, since I'm the one that's on the file as appointed, but he just indicated that he's retained. So I'll tell him to come in here
Yeah,
because
I
he need
should
an
have
appearance. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
That's why
Yeah.
I can't, that's why I can't.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, April 16th at 12:30.
Did you say 16th, Your Honor?
Yes, sir. April 16th, 12:30.
That's good
Is that
for
a
the
good
people.
That's
time?
fine.
You say
Fine
that's good?
for me, Your Honor.
Oh,
Fine for me, Your Honor.
Chris.
Mr. Cripps, can you send me a copy of that discovery by my email in the Bar Journal?
Sure,
Thanks.
you're welcome.
Your Honor, if I could inquire from both counsels if they would be willing to stipulate to the audio video extraction report team's testimony that they actually extracted the video from the gas station. Otherwise, I would need to call that witness separately.
All right, Mr. Cripps.
I don't think that's an unreasonable request, but Mr. Page and I obviously have to discuss that with Mr. Clark as to what that means. So just give us a short time to do that. We'll get back in touch with you, Eric.
Thank you. I appreciate that, David.
All right, appreciate that. Your Honor, does that conclude this matter?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Take
Thank
care
you.
of
Everybody have
yourself.
a wonderful weekend.
Thank you, Judge. Everybody have a good weekend.
Yes.
You too.
Thanks.
Is Mr. Plumpy ready?
He is. I am ready.
All right. Calling case number 2155250, the people of the state of Michigan versus Ty Clark. Defendant is charged with count 1, weapons carrying concealed. This matter is scheduled for a probable cause conference.
Morning, Your Honor. Sarah Bonhomme on behalf of the people, P84189.
Good morning, Your Honor. May it please the court. Robert Plumpy, 22965 on behalf of Mr. Clark. He's here by Zoom and we agree to proceed by Zoom.
Clark, take your name for the record, please.
Ty Clark.
Thank you, sir. All right, counsel.
Your Honor, I'm requesting an in-person examination.
How many witnesses?
2 witnesses, Your Honor.
How many?
2.
April 6th at 9:45.
April 6th.
Yes, 9:45.
Thank you, Judge.
I'm know that with.
Did you get that date, sir?
Yeah.
Okay. Call me later.
Okay.
Put your systems on mute if you're not in the hearing, please.
Ready on kitchen?
Ready?
Calling case number 2155465, the people of the state of Michigan versus Richard Kitchen. Defendant is charged with count 1, weapons carrying concealed. Count 2, operating license suspended, revoked, denied. This matter is scheduled for a probable cause conference.
Good morning, Your Honor. Sarah Bonoma on behalf of the people, P84189.
And good morning, Your Honor. May it please the Honorable Court, Sophia Curry, P72103, appearing on behalf of Richard Kitchen. Your Honor, I sent correspondence to Mr. Kitchen with today's hearing date, Zoom ID, and asking him to call me. I have not had contact with him as of yet, so I will have the court, I would waive his appearance for today's proceeding, ask the court to set a preliminary examination. I do have paper discovery, but I would need the in-car video, which is reflected in the report from MSP.
All right, for a waiver of appearance for the purpose of this hearing. How many witnesses?
1, Your Honor.
All right, February 22nd at 9:15.
February. Your Honor, could I get a little extra time just in case he's divergent eligible once I make contact with him? I don't see him to be a habitual offender.
March 24th at 9:15.
That's fine. Thank you.
All right. Oh, we got,
Any other attorneys need to check in?
I do. I have Jerry Jones for a waiver of exam. Scobby.
Jerry Jones.
Secretary.
Jerry Jones. Oh, here it is. Okay, I got you. You said it's a
Thank you.
waiver?
Yes, I did. He's been accepted into diversion.
Thank you. Any other attorney need to check in?
Good morning. I have Tawana Montgomery.
Okay, hold on, one at a time. I need Mr. Tuttles and I think Mr. Ripley were trying to check in.
I got the OR case.
Oh, the OR, okay. Who's next? Mr. Tuttles, who you here?
Okay, yes. I'm here for Mr. Kitchen. Actually, it's Kitchen.
Oh, we just did it.
Richard.
Yep.
We just did Richard Kitchen.
Yeah, you retained on it?
Yes, I am. And it was set for 9 o'clock. I was driving.
No, it's set for 8:30. It's a PCC.
It is.
Ms. Sophia Curry is the appointed attorney. And I didn't have a.
We sent over an appearance. I'm not sure why you didn't get it, but we sent one over last week, actually.
Okay.
Okay, I'm not sure what that other attorney did, but what did they do?
Got an exam date, right?
Yeah, we got an exam date.
An exam date for March 24th at 9:15.
Okay, I do not have discovery. I'm not sure if the appointed attorney had discovery or not. I do not have discovery.
No, Madam Prosecutor,
Yes.
do you hear that? Mr. Tuttles is retained on kitchen.
Just one moment, let me grab that back. Okay. I'm sorry, what was your first name, defense counsel?
Antonio.
Antonio Tuttles.
Okay.
And
Okay, I'll get that, I'll get that discovery out to you.
Okay, Tuddles is spelled Tuddles.
Thank you.
And Madam Clerk, what was that next court date? March what?
March 24th at 9:15 a.m.
What is that for? That's that for a preliminary examination in person?
Yes.
At 9, I apologize.
9:15.
Now make sure my clerk send over another appearance, because we sent one last week, but thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Tuttles.
Oh, you're welcome. And happy Valentine's Day to all the ladies.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I said all of them. Thank you. All right. Everybody have a great weekend. Okay, thank you, Tammy. Or
Good morning,
Kitty.
this is Danielle Kettery. I have Tawana Montgomery.
Tawana Montgomery, okay. You said do what, Judge?
So we got Mr. Titman and Mr. James check in. Then we will be 9 o'clock now.
Miss James is on that, it's not scheduled. It's the one they're trying to adjourn that they need for a room. So they need to
Check in Mr. Titman.
Okay. Mr. Titman?
Yeah, Madam Clerk, hi. I had tried withdrawing from a case. My secretary sent over a letter. You told me to zoom in. I don't have any idea where my client is. I don't have contact with him. This is exam set for March 16th.
He's trying to do a withdrawal.
Huh? Have you said you are or are not in contact with your client?
I am, well, no, I don't have, I sent a letter, but I haven't had a response. I'm not, and I do not have a phone number.
You're retained or appointed?
I'm appointed. I have a conflict. I took a government position, so withdrawing from appointed cases.
Okay, we can somebody cover it.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So we need to call across the street.
Yeah, get a new.
Your Honor, this is Brian Johnson. I understand, I'm here for Zyger. I thought that the comp hearing was the 26th. I guess it was reset till today, so I apologize for being late.
All right, okay.
Okay.
So you don't have a seat outside. I'll do close changes in my phone.
Judge, what are we doing? Is this Diaz, 9 o'clock?
Who is that 9 o'clock Diaz? That's Mr. Proctor, Your Honor.
Mr. Who?
Proctor, the 8:30 exam.
We don't have an 8:30. Mr.
That's
Proctor,
what it says, 8:30. So do you have?
It's on the docket,
you said that's Mr. Proctor?
the one that just walked out in the hallway. Yeah, that's it.
It's GS.
Yeah, I got 9 o'clock. I don't see you.
Oh, no, that's not right.
They didn't put the 9 o'clock up there, that's what it is, it's just, it's like 8:30. Look at.
No, that's not right. Mr. Proctor should be in the back. He has a warrant.
Okay.
He has a warrant.
Do you have anyone for Proctor?
Like that, that's not on my document.
Yes, it is. Right there. With Young.
I don't have Proctor on my document.
This is the 12th. What do you look at?
12.
You give me something that's totally different. Why'd you give me this and you know, I don't have that?
I don't know why it's not. I mean, I don't know why.
Yeah.
After that, that's the
Oh, okay. Be real quick. Yes, how you doing? This is Marina at 439.
Oh.
Gary. Okay. I'm gonna call.
Ready, where's the prosecutor?
Still, wherever she is,
That's
I don't know where she's at.
Okay.
Sarah, we're doing an exam, Madam Prosecutor.
Which exam is that?
Diaz.
Okay, I'm coming in right now.
How did this shit go? How did it go? I don't know. I'm gonna look stuff to see what happened.
That's what you put. Yeah. Examination.
She's got a warrant, I don't know.
May I take a 3-minute video? It's young.
Yeah, I'm not to see what happened.
3-minute video.
What do you mean? Come on, during the exam?
It is. That's what that is.
Internet.
I'll tell you how to do your
Okay,
job.
I was.
Madam Clerk,
Yes,
this is Miss Greer. I'm going to leave for about 10 minutes and then I will zoom back in since you're doing an exam.
oh, okay, you're on Ellis, right?
That's correct.
Okay, I got you.
Okay, thank you.
Madam Clerk, for Derek Graham, can I zoom back in as well so I can go to another courtroom?
Well, can you give me a call, cause I can understand what I just read your email, so if you can give me a call in about 5 minutes after I call this case.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. There's no prosecutor. What room
She
is
just
she
speak, I don't
in?
know where she at.
We should look before 5.
I'll call a case without her and just get rid of it. You're not gonna be here to do her job.
Kitty, who are you trying to reach, Kitty?
The prosecutor.
Courtroom prosecutor.
Okay, I'm sorry, Judge. I'll send her a text or give her a call right now.
She was just on.
She's right here letting officers read their police, or handing them officers the police reports and all.
No, she should have did that before. Tell her, come on in, we're ready to do the case.
And Kitty, I'm on the Perone file that was just sent up.
She scheduled it for today?
It was set for a PCC today.
Oh, okay.
I'll hang tight though.
Kitty, this is Nicole James. I'm here on James Taylor along with Mr. Schneider.
Yes, I have you both checked in.
Okay,
On
thank you.
the James Taylor case?
Yes.
Are we ready on Diaz?
That's right.
Calling case number 2059758, the people of the state of Michigan versus Ismael Diaz. Defendant number 1 is charged with count 1, weapons, firearms, possession by a felon. Count 2, weapons carrying concealed. Count 3, weapons felony firearm. Habitual offender, second notice. This matter is scheduled for examination.
Morning, Your Honor. Serving on behalf of the people, CR439.
And good morning, Your Honor. Quentin Docs, P number 79657, on behalf of my client, Mr. Ismael Diaz, who's behind me.
My name is Ishmael Diaz Jr.
Keep your mask on.
You'll keep
Keep
it
it
on.
on.
All right, you ready to speak?
Yes, I'm going to put a preliminary matter.
I can hear you.
Could you please have a preliminary matter?
Go ahead.
At this time, people move to omit the defendant's previous felony charge pursuant to MCL 76611B1B for the charge of delivery, manufacturing, and March 10th, 2021.
So what do you have?
Pardon me.
What do you have? What are you attempting to admit? I mean to know what you have. Is it a registered action? Is
Yes,
it, what is it?
certified, copy of the registered act.
Okay. Any objection? No objection. Give me a minute. All right, anything else?
No, Your Honor.
All right.
Thank you. Your Honor, this time people call Officer Dara. Your Honor, do you have the scanner right here or from the scanner right here?
As long as you're all right, you can hear,
All right, you can hear
right?
you.
Yeah. As long as you protect your voice, we can hear you. That's fine.
Yeah.
You swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Close the door, close the door. Next. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Good morning. Can you restate your name for the record, please?
Good morning, ma'am. Officer Marty Dara.
Are you currently employed?
Yes, ma'am.
And who is your employer?
Construction.
And what capacity are you employed?
Police officer.
And for how long?
For 2 years.
And were you employed in this capacity on August 21st of 2020?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you in fact work on that day?
Yes, ma'am.
And were you by yourself or were you with a partner?
I was working in a 3-man vehicle. I was in the backseat.
Okay. And what are your partner's names?
The driver was Officer Colin Williams, and the passenger was Officer William Miller.
And were you in full or modified uniform?
Full uniform as they announced, black color vest with badge and green pants.
And were you on foot patrol? You said you were in a scout car. Was your scout car fully marked or semi-marked?
Semi-marked black vehicles.
Did your duties as a police officer take you to the area at or near 20499 Plymouth Road in Fielding Street in Detroit?
Yes.
And while at or near that said location, did you observe something that drew your attention?
Yes, ma'am.
And what did you observe?
I observed she was captured at the time this balance was later identified. Looking through the back window, I observed a black handgun on her right hip. It was probably a split second thing. She entered the vehicle right as I observed it.
Okay. And then what, if anything, did you do after that?
I advised my partner and my partner, Officer Colin, drove towards the vehicle they were in with the grade in Malibu. My Officer Hill ran his license plate, which came back as no insurance. Brilliant.
Did you conduct a traffic stop at that point? And what did you do once that traffic stop?
I was on the passenger side behind my partner, Officer Hill. My partner, Officer Colin, the driver. And during that investigation, when actually the weapon was in the vehicle, we found the state that the door was in the vehicle.
Did the defendant make any statements at that time?
I did not speak to him on that side.
And what, if anything, did you do after that?
After that, neither of them were able to produce a CPO report, taken out of the vehicle, placed in handcuffs, and then I conducted an inventory search of the vehicle.
And while conducting that inventory search, did you discover anything within the vehicle?
Yes, I located 2 firearms, One handgun was in the center console, unloaded. And the second handgun was behind the driver's seat, behind the pocket, unloaded as well, but holstered.
Did you locate anything in the glove box?
2 magazines, one unloaded, one loaded.
Did you place those?
Hold on, Anita. You have one firearm in the center console, the other one where?
Was behind the driver's seat in the pocket, behind the seat.
Did you place those items on evidence?
Yes, sir.
And at any point did the defendant provide you with detail?
No.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Rob?
Good morning, Officer Dar.
Morning,
Let's go back, when you first identified my client. Where was that at?
Mr. Diaz,
Yes.
I did not observe him at the gas station, he was still in the vehicle, so I only observed Mr. Ballinger. So once the traffic stop was initiated and I was in the passenger seat, I didn't speak to Mr. Diaz until he was already exited his apartment off the counter.
Okay, so the patrol car saw the gray silver Malibu in the gas station, correct?
Yes.
And then did you all follow the gray Malibu?
So once I got in the corner of what I saw on Ballinger,
Right.
my partner now drove up to the vehicle as it was exiting the gas station. And during the running the plate that had already exited traveling eastbound. What they saw was no insurance, traffic stop was activated, about a couple blocks.
And what did you advise your partner that you saw?
I saw a black handgun on the right edge of the down.
Would you say that she was open carrying?
From the way I saw it, it was like black.
Asking for a legal opinion?
That's the word of the opinion.
No, that's a legal opinion. I'm the only one who gives those here.
Okay. You saw, black handgun, correct?
Black handgun handle.
Unobstructed, correct?
From all I could see was the edge of the black hand. Like I knew it was a handgun handle, but I couldn't specify if it was inside the waistband or outside the waistband until we had her out of the vehicle when she had the holster on her hip. No handgun in the holster, so she still had her holster on her person, which was an outside the waistband.
Well, how far were you when you first observed that?
So we were on the west side of the gas station, in the corner, and their vehicle was.
How many feet you would say, yes?
10 to 15 feet.
Okay, so you saw a gun on the right hip of a person, 10, 15 feet, correct?
Yes, sir.
And was this in the daytime or night?
This is nighttime.
Okay,
The gas station with lights, also to see.
okay. So it would be safe to say it was pretty visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then what happened next?
And then once I observed that, I got my partners of what I saw. At that time, she had already entered the vehicle, so they couldn't confirm what I've seen. So all they could do was drive around, run the plate, which came back as uninsured. And that was the traffic stop for insurance.
Okay, and you didn't talk to the driver, correct?
Not until he was already exited out of the vehicle, nothing specific.
And what did, Ms. Ballinger say to you?
One partner,
That's hearsay.
You are, okay,
It's hearsay, counsel. How are you gonna get around it?
Did Ms. Ballinger express to you?
That's hearsay. If you're saying the content of what you're saying, then it's hearsay. If you can't, unless you got an exception, I can't take it.
Okay, so what happened next when you pulled up to the passenger side car?
so I stood behind my partner, Officer Hill, who had the initial contact with Belcher. And I heard the question was asking for weapons, and I reiterated the question to get a clear answer, were there any weapons in the vehicle? Confirmed that there were weapons in the vehicle.
Okay, and before you initialed the traffic stop lights, did you see or did any of your partners observe?
I did observe,
Okay.
Ms. Ballinger reaching around the vehicle. I was reactivated as the car was pulling off the side.
Okay, and reaching around to her left or to her right?
It appeared, it's difficult to say, but it appeared in her area, in her span of control area. So
Okay,
forward, possibly, that's not reaching around.
okay. And then, so when you pulled up to Ms. Ballinger, what did you do next?
So once my partners had asked their questions and I reiterated the questions about their weapons, as her response at first wasn't 100% clear. Once we confirmed there were weapons in the car, no one had a CPO, they were both placed in handcuffs and exited the vehicle.
You asked, when you approached Ms. Ballinger, you asked her, what was your initial question?
My partner asked the initial question, he was on the window, I was behind my partner. But once my partner was asking for CPO and natural weapons, I reiterated my question just to confirm there are weapons in the vehicle. She did say that there were weapons in the vehicle. And that's when we just placed both of them in handcuffs.
So you weren't the first one to approach Ms. Ballinger?
No.
Okay. Who officer was that?
I was Officer William Hill.
Okay. And then, what happened next after that?
Once they were both placed in handcuffs, they put the front of my scout car. Both my partners stood by with them, and I conducted the inventory search of the vehicle.
And what did you find?
Inside the center console, I located one handgun that was unloaded. And behind the driver's seat in the pocket, there was this additional handgun that was unloaded, but it was in a holster. In the glove compartment, there were 2 handgun magazines, one loaded, one unloaded.
And did you, ever ask, was there any insurance or any of your partners asked that?
My partner, Officer Collins, would have been the one that said he was supposed to speak to the driver.
Okay, so you don't know if there was ever any insurance?
Currently, there was not, and no paperwork was supposed to provide.
Who did you ever, if you and your partner, if you ascertain who was the registered owner or who owned the car?
If that was the case, it would be asked by my partner, Officer Collins, who would speak to the driver.
Okay, so you don't know that ever, to your knowledge, you don't know who's on the register of the car?
I did not view the Officer Hill would have viewed the lien information that showed registering book, and my partner, Officer Collins. Whenever we have the driver, we ask the driver those types of questions. Me being the third additional person, my focus was inventory search and standing by the person. That was my focus.
I understand, but ultimately, at the end of the night, did you ever find out through another check of talent or lien? No. No further questions.
When you said that you observed the woman in this case and she had a gun, did you see, how many did you see before she entered the vehicle?
Just the one on her.
Just the one on her. Thank you.
And you observed one on the hill?
Yes, sir.
When she arrived, when you saw her go into the car, correct?
Yes, sir.
Then you also observed, you and your partners, you turned off the lights, her doing something in her immediate area, is that right?
That's what I observed, yes.
Okay. No further questions.
No further questions.
Thank you. Thank you.
I want.
Give me offer proof, boy.
Pardon me?
Give me offer proof. Why do I need another witness?
The only reason why I want to bring him in, he's the one that spoke to the driver, the defendant who stated that he didn't have a license. I guess probable cause as opposed to.
Probable cause for what?
For taking them out of the vehicle, or he didn't have.
I got
insurance.
that.
Okay.
I got what Officer Doris on. I got the reasonable suspicion for the stop. What else?
Research as well.
Well,
That's not, if your honor, if you have it, then the people are all set.
I don't understand why we need to, I'm just hearing the same thing I've already heard. I don't need to hear that.
Okay.
Anything further?
You're on another video?
And give me all the proof of what the video is going to show that I
I
have.
want to show possession and control by the co-defendant, Crystal Collins.
Of a handgun.
Yes. Of both. Yeah, you're going to hear confession of both. Two.
Well, I can't take her confession, now can I?
I'm saying the video.
I can't take her confession, I can't, it's hearsay. It's an out of court statement. Give me a way to get around it, and I'll rarely hear it. Huh?
It's really a testimony against opposing, statement against interest.
She's with us. That makes her Cody, right?
Yes.
Okay. He's a Cody. Since when can one Cody statement be used either against, for the other Cody? You can't. As long as he's a Cody.
I can't take it. You are, it'll also show, this is dealing totally against possession. This is also, going to show you that illegality.
Thank you.
We're just watching the portion of them being stopped, and then we're stopping it where she starts making statements.
I'm not taking this. Can't take the statement.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. For or against this defendant. Hold on.
Your Honor, do you want to, I'm ready to go. I don't know how to put it on the, it's connected though.
Oh, I already got the share screen on here.
Oh, okay, so you can see it? You can hear it? I would think a different HDMI input.
Show your screen from there. Yeah. Is this just, are you zooming in from here? So if it's, so then now you gotta zoom in like you would regularly and then share your screen. So go back. Now go to zoom.com. Here, see if I can. Your Wi-Fi that's on. Now you have. She'll
say public. And then there's gonna be a sign in here. And I'm gonna hit accept and then it'll completely sync in. So when we go.
Did you show? Did you?
Okay, now. Let me just. Sorry.
I think it's a date.
Oh my damn. Okay, you can go to zoom.com. Yeah, go ahead and do Zoom. Like I'm just gonna say April.
Yeah, of course. I got too many browsers open.
I know what's going on.
I hope you got the strip.
Yeah.
But you feel like snaps if you cut too much. We should next game next week. You know, the good thing about it.
Choose an account, just log in.
The good thing about it, it wasn't just you. Yeah. See,
360
unless they cover the cable.
439 000.
Yes, that's correct.
Click sign in and see maybe.
You're wrong.
I think I might have typed it wrong.
Oh, got another prisoner, Joshua.
Where? Yeah.
The left.
Oh, they did call you. Okay.
Yeah, they just called.
439.
Maybe you, did you get a chance to touch the gun yet?
Yeah, she said her friend.
Read it. Yeah, but Elizabeth Young is reading. Read it.
Just read it.
Read it. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Now we're gonna. Cheers. Oh, this is a great. Your Honor, is there a breakdown going on right now in the Zoom chat?
No.
Click share screen. Oh, Your Honor, are you sharing yours?
My screen is still on.
Yes, so if you share your screen. So it's saying right now that you're sharing, that's why we can see your side. So if you stop sharing your screen, he can, yeah, there we go.
I'm not sure.
There you guys right there.
And then just find your Bible.
Because you might turn something down. Which one? I'm sorry. Kitty. Which one was that you said?
The 11:15.
This one?
Josh.
Okay, Josh.
Appreciate the court's patience. It's going now, Your Honor. Going now, Your Honor. Going now, Your Honor.
says open breakout. Please wait.
I think you got that cursor.
The sergeant already called. Sure.
Your Honor, if I could just.
Right here.
Yeah, can I make an argument just against playing the video? The defense counsel wants to play it for the stop, saying that it was legal, there was no PC, but the officers didn't understand that they ran a lien report and there's no insurance on the vehicle. So I'm not sure what the video is actually going to show.
Video gonna show.
God's gonna show the stop. Was it unreasonable? The cop is good.
Don't tell me it's unreasonable. Tell me what the video is gonna show. Tell me how it's unreasonable. Tell me how they didn't have a right to stop.
It's going to show that it was more than an investigatory stop. It was pretextual to search the car.
And how was that? How is the video gonna show me that?
The questions that Officer Dara, or Officer, wasn't Officer Dara, it was Officer Williams, approached the car, Your Honor, asked questions basically that incriminating questions, Your Honor, and the passengers should have been Mirandized before these questions were even offered. That's what it's going to show.
And Your Honor, the officers
Well,
simply asked if they
hold on, stop. No, actually, no. Because what we have testimony from officers saying that he saw a young lady, Miss Ballinger, he called her, leaving from, I guess, gas station, store, whatever it was, this location, and getting into the car, and she had a gun on her hip. They then ran the lien. Lien came back, no insurance. That's enough for the stop. That's enough for the traffic stop. Now, because they saw her get into a car with a gun on her hip, they now have reasonable suspicion to investigate, which gives them the right to say, are there any guns in the car? Which is what they did. That's Officer Dara's testimony. She then says, and as much as I tried to, stop you from questioning her about, or questioning him about what she said, you kept doing it. So she then said that, yes, there are guns in the car. So they do inventories. Do you have a CBL? No. You have a CBL? No. They search the car. They find a gun in the back, behind the one of the front seats in the whatever it is, thing behind there. Okay, and they said she was moving around. So court can easily infer that that's the gun she had. All right, but they find another gun in the center console. Your client is driving the vehicle. Your client is responsible for everything that's in that car. Everything. Once he takes control of that car, he's control of everything in the car. That's the case law. It's a question of fact now.
Your Honor, the video was going to show that there was incriminating statements that the officer open carry. It's
not open carry. You cannot open carry in a vehicle.
I understand.
It's impossible.
I understand, Your Honor, but there's no reasonable suspicion that a crime has occurred because you see someone with a gun on their hip going to a car.
That's reasonable suspicion to investigate. So what the police are supposed to say, anybody that decides, I'm gonna walk down the street carrying a gun on my hip, across my shoulder, whatever, in my hand, walking down the street. I'm open carrying. I got a gun in my hand. I got it pointed to the ground. You don't think they're gonna stop me and say, what's going on? You don't think they have a right to stop me and saying what's going on? Yes, they do. You can then say, here's my ID. I am open carrying. This is my weapon. At that point, they say, okay, and walk away. But that's not the case here. Guns were in a vehicle concealed. It's a question of fact, counsel. Anything else for us? Anything else?
Your Honor, this is just reserved for the record that, that the stop was a pretextual, more than investigatory stop. And like you said, Your Honor, there were reasons to ask a question. We just feel that the procedure was violated because now, once that knowledge was known that they're investigating something that might be out of the ordinary, Your Honor, that's when the client should have been Mirandized and told that the reason this stop is this, and defense of arrest.
All right. Well, actually, I think you got it mixed up a little bit. The status of our current law is that when they have to have reasonable suspicion to make a stop. They did so on a traffic violation. They ran lean, no insurance. That's an arrestable offense. Okay. Then, but even prior to that, they saw the woman get into the car with a gun on her hip. Now, once she got into the car, that gun is now concealed.
Yes.
And they have a right to ask, are there any guns? Because they already saw one. Are there any guns? Do you have a CPL? All right. Once.
Question, Your Honor, if the pretext for the stop was they had reasonable suspicion that they had a traffic violation, and they did not investigate that traffic violation.
So the traffic violation gave them a right to make a stop.
Right. It was a rental car, Your Honor. There was no traffic violation. There was insurance. Everything was in the car. That's what I wanted to say on the video also, Your Honor. They had insurance and everything was a rental car.
Well, let me put it this way. They were trying to cross their T's and dot their I's.
Yes.
Okay. Did they need to have the information that there was no insurance? Nope. Because they already had reasonable suspicion. When they saw her get into that car with a gun on her hip, that's reasonable suspicion to make a stop to investigate whether or not she was legally carrying a weapon. They didn't have to technically, they didn't have to have the lien information. That's just extra. Yeah, or finds that the felony enumerated complaint or warrant did in fact occur to the choice, I will call the district charge as defendant. Will be bound over to Wayne County Circuit Court Criminal Division. Further proceedings, arraignment on the information will be February 26th.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, I think we got one of the exams that's a waiver.
Ready on Jones?
She was stepped down. Who's the attorney on prosecutor?
Yes, I'm ready.
Sarah doing, Jones, Jerry Jones is scheduled for exam. It's a waiver.
Okay, thank you.
Oh,
Yeah. You ready?
yes.
Calling case number 2059776, the people of the state of Michigan versus Jerry Jones. Defendant is charged with count 1, weapons carrying concealed. This matter is scheduled for examination.
Good morning, Your Honor. Sarah Benoma on behalf of the people, P4189.
And Gabby Silver, Your Honor, appearing on behalf of Jerry Jones. Mr. Jones? Are you here? Oh, Lord, he was here.
Yeah, he was.
Mr. Jones? Okay, can you pass this? I've got to call him back.
Okay.
Jerry Jones? Okay.
Can I just see if the witness is here? You didn't check in, but I just wanted to.
Now we're ready to call Mr. Zia Reese. Brian Johnson has joined us.
Oh, the prosecutor. Well, I can do that one while she doing it.
We're ready. I'll look like that. I'll exam.
Which one was it?
Ask one.
Calling case number 2059734, the people of the state of Michigan versus Salim Ashmar. Defendant is charged with count 1, weapons carrying concealed. This matter is scheduled for examination.
Good morning, Your Honor. Sarah Benoma on behalf of the people, P4189.
Apparently the officer just walked in. Peter Torres, P68242 here on behalf of Mr. Ashmar.
All right, ready to proceed? What we doing?
Yes, yes, Your Honor. All right. Your Honor, at this time, we'll call Officer Gardner.
Yeah. You swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God. Yes. All right, let's put the door towards the Next, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning. Can you restate your name for the record, please?
Jonathan Gardner?
And are you currently employed at the Detroit Police Department?
Yes, ma'am.
In what capacity?
Police officer,
And for how long have you been employed?
6 years.
And were you employed in this capacity on August 22nd of 2020?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you in fact work on that day?
Yes, ma'am.
Were you by yourself or were you with a partner?
With the partner,
And what is your partner's name?
PO Ford,
And were you in full uniform or modified uniform?
modified uniform.
Were you in a scout car or on foot patrol?
I was in a semi-marked scout group.
And did your duties as a police officer take you to the area at or near East Fort and Brush in Detroit?
Yes, ma'am.
And while at or near that location, did you observe something that drew your attention?
Yes, ma'am.
And what did you observe?
I observed a male lighter complected. I could tell his race with a
He had a tight shirt on, and you can see the imprint of a handgun on his right side.
And do you see that individual in the courtroom today?
I'm not sure what the match is.
Your Honor, may the individual pull down his mask?
Everybody can.
Everybody can pull down their mask? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you please point to that individual and state something he's wearing?
He's sitting over your left shoulder, appears to be a gray shirt.
Your Honor, may the record reflect the identification of the defendant?
Record so reflect.
Thank you. I'm sorry, I'm gonna ask you one time. What was the observation you made of the defendant?
There was you can see the imprint of a handgun on his right side. He was standing at like the end of this, I believe it's a black SUV, facing the street. He's like right next to the sidewalk street there.
Okay, do you remember which side, the right side, the left side?
They're on the right side.
The gun was on the right side? And you were saying you saw the imprint of the gun?
Yes, ma'am.
And what, anything did you do after that?
I exited the vehicle. When I observed his face, he looked rather young. So one of the first things I asked him was, did he have a CPL? He said no. And I asked him how old he was. I believe he said 20.
Did you say it was what?
20.
20?
Yes. At that point, I detained him and removed the firearm off his right side.
Did you place that gun on evidence?
Yes, ma'am.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Officer Gardner, correct?
Yes, sir.
6 years as a police officer?
Yes, sir.
And prior to becoming a police officer, did you go to school?
What's the relevance?
I'm gonna go back as to his training as a police officer, is how he was
What's the
trained,
relevance?
right? He wrote a police report, Your Honor, and I may use his police report to refresh his memory as to what his testimony was.
Well, you can use the police report to refresh his memory, but his history and all that is not relevant to these proceedings, and not relevant to your client's charge.
Sure. His training and experience as a police officer, as to when he approaches a person that has firearms, definitely relevant. That's my position.
I'm making a ruling, counsel.
Sure.
That it is not relevant. What is relevant is what he did
Okay.
on that day.
You wrote a police report on this day, correct?
Yes, sir.
And in your police report, you wrote your police report and it was accurate. Is that fair enough to say?
Yes, sir.
And the reason why you want to be accurate in a police report is because when you come back to a day like today, you want to be able to use that to refresh your memory. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And in this police report that you wrote, you were as accurate as possible. Is that fair to say?
I wrote enough information to jog my memory.
Did you leave anything out of that police report?
I'm not sure, sir.
Would you leave anything out of a police report that was relevant?
I read my reports to refresh my memory, sir.
Okay. So it was August 22nd, correct?
Yes, sir.
You know what time it was?
I remember it was dark.
Okay. Approximately what time? Do you remember?
No, sir.
If I show you your police report, will that refresh your memory?
Yes, sir.
May I approach, Judge?
Yes, sir.
Does that refresh your memory?
Yes, sir.
Do you remember what time it was?
2:30 a.m.
Okay, 2:30 a.m. was dark out, correct?
Correct.
And you were in the passenger seat of a police cruiser, is that correct?
I was driving, sir.
You were driving?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And what is your purpose of driving that police cruiser on that date? What were you doing?
Patrolling the area.
Just patrolling?
Yes, sir.
You didn't get any calls of any burglaries in the area, is that correct?
No, sir.
Okay, no calls about crimes that were being committed in that area, is that correct?
No, sir.
Okay, no other reasons than just patrolling around, correct?
Yes, sir.
Was there a be on the lookout or any dispatch phone call regarding a person that resembled my client as to look out for him, that was someone that was committing a crime?
No, sir. However, during roll call training, we are told to
Sir,
monitor the parking lot.
if you can just answer the question that I asked, they can answer the follow-up questions, okay? Was there any phone call regarding a person that resembled my client that was committing a crime at that time when you were driving by that area?
No, sir.
Okay. Now, when you were driving by that area, do you remember that there was a group of people that was standing around in a parking lot?
At that time, yes, sir.
Okay. Approximately how many people, do you remember?
I don't know.
Well, if you were approximately, do you remember at all?
Judge, Your Honor, ask and answer.
You don't remember?
No.
Okay, you don't remember how many people?
No, recall
Judge,
many
Your Honor,
people.
asked and answered.
No?
I do not recall how many people in the parking lot.
Okay,
Okay.
you'd agree with me that none of those people were committing any criminal offenses, correct?
Civil infraction, sir.
Okay, that's not a criminal offense, correct?
Enough to catch my attention, sir.
Okay. What civil infraction was my client committing?
As I was trying to explain to you during roll call training, the parking lots are to be empty at a certain time. Therefore, we have to clear the parking lots once the club's closed to prevent any problems from happening.
I understand. But you testified that there was no criminal offenses that were being committed, correct?
Not at that time.
Okay.
Sir.
So as you drove by, approximately how fast were you driving your automobile when you drove by?
Not fast, sir. I was slow rolling. Going slow, really slow.
Okay, and my client was not inside of an automobile at the time, correct?
He was standing at the rear of a black truck.
He was outside of the automobile, correct?
Correct.
And in your police report, do you recall writing that you saw someone standing at the rear of an SUV with a firearm concealed on his right side?
Correct.
Was the butt end sticking out?
No.
So approximately how far away were you from my client as you were driving by?
Approximately the same distance from me to you right now.
And there were people standing around him, that's correct?
Okay, hold on, that's about 10 to 12 feet.
About 10 to 12 feet, is that correct?
I'm not good with feet, sir. The distance of sidewalk to the street.
Okay, as you were in a moving automobile
Yes, sir.
at night?
Correct.
Okay. And you decided then at that point that you were going to jump out of the automobile and approach my client, is that correct?
I parked the scout car to approach your client, yes, sir.
And you stopped him? Asked him to get a concealed pistol, is that correct?
No, sir. I asked him if he had a license for his concealed pistol.
Okay, so you agree with me that at that point in time, you don't know whether or not there was an actual concealed pistol on him, is that correct?
No, sir. I asked him if he had a license for the pistol he was concealed.
Would you agree with me though, at that point in time, you don't know whether or not he had a pistol, he had a stick, or he had something else in his pants other than what you thought that he had in his pants?
No, sir. I knew he had a pistol, which is why I asked him if he had a license for his pistol.
But you couldn't see it, correct?
I could see the entire imprint through his shirt, so I knew he had a pistol.
What kind of shirt did he have on?
A tight shirt.
And it was in the entire pistol, you can see the entire pistol, is that your testimony?
Probably about 75% of it, yes, sir.
Okay. You'd agree with me that he didn't consent to you searching him, correct?
I didn't need to search him.
Sir, you put your hands on him, right?
Once he told me he was committing a felony, yes, sir.
He told you he was committing a felony?
When I asked him if he had a license for the pistol he was concealing, he told me no. I asked him how old he was. He told me he wasn't even old enough to have a handgun. At that point, he was detained and I removed the pistol.
Did you not approach the client to ask him if he had a concealed pistol license?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And he told you he did not?
Correct.
Okay. Is it fair to say that he didn't tell you that he had a pistol on him?
I didn't even tell him. I knew he had a gun.
Sir, my question is it fair to say that my client did not tell you he had a pistol on him?
No, he did not say he had a pistol.
Okay. You asked him whether or not he had a concealed pistol license, and he advised you that he did not. Correct?
And he was carrying, correct.
Don't shake your head. Don't say another word. You want to talk to your attorney, you get his attention, you can talk to him. But if you interrupt my proceedings, it's not going to go well for you. Do you understand that?
Sir, when you ultimately removed the pistol from him, it was inside his waistband, is that correct?
Correct.
I have nothing further, Your Honor.
Briefly, Your Honor. Just so I'm understanding the distance, I'm not knowing the distance either, so how about, we're saying about this is about 10 to 12 feet. Is that what we're agreeing on? Is that And this is about how far we were from where I'm standing to where you're sitting, how far away you were to the defendant when you were driving by.
Correct, in a well-lit parking lot.
Okay, thank you.
Anything further?
Nothing here.
All right, thank you, you can step down.
Thanks.
Anything further?
Nothing for the people around.
I have no witnesses.
Motion,
Yes, Your Honor, I will respectfully request a binding over on the charges and your argument.
argument.
The only thing here at this point, I'm obviously arguing that this is a question of law. And it's one of those Terry stop situations. And which is why I was asking the questions of whether or not there was reasonable suspicion or a crime that was afoot, or phone calls that were being made regarding illegal situations that were occurring, whether or not my client was committing a crime or potentially committing a crime at that time, whether or not it was reasonable for my client to be approached by a police officer at 2:30 in the morning while he's driving by and thinks that my client has something on his side, and then walks up to him, stops him, detains him, doesn't ask for consent to search, pulls the gun out from underneath him. Now, I understand what the police officer's position is. He's driving by, he thinks that my client has something on his side. I mean, of course, he's going to testify that it looks like a gun. It's a slippery slope. It's a Terry versus Ohio argument. And for him to have just a hunch, that's what he's saying. He's basically testifying that I think that guy had a gun that was on his side because it looked like it was imprint. I approached him and I stopped him and I searched him. That's what happened. There was no consent. So the only argument, and of course, I'm asking the court to rule legally, that there wasn't reasonable suspicion for my client because there was no crime in the area, there was no crime afoot, there was no reason for him to have approached my client in an area with multiple people around, and he has not gotten into a car, he's staying outside of it, and then to be detained. I'm asking the court based on that to dismiss the charge.
Your Honor, the officer stated on the stand that he was patrolling the area to clear a parking lot for civil infractions. He stated, quote, he was slow rolling, going really slow. He was about 10 to 12 feet away from the defendant in a well-lit parking lot. At that point, he seen an object, an imprint of a gun, 75% of the gun. That is his reasonable suspicion to approach the defendant, ask if he has a CPL. When the defendant stated no, he also stated his age, which he's not even eligible to have a gun. At that point, the officer had every right to detain the defendant and search him. He wasn't out to get him, he was simply trying to clear the parking lot, and he made a visual himself of the incident enough to gain reasonable suspicion.
No, you don't get. Her burden, you get argument, you get arguments, you get your vote. All right, court having heard the testimony and arguments, finds as follows. So we heard from Officer Jonathan Gardner that on August 22nd, 2020, that he was on duty in modified uniform, semi-marked car, at approximately 2:30 a.m. in the area of Fort and Brush, that he was on patrol. He observed a group of people, and it was standing next to the back of a truck. He was wearing a tight shirt. He observed the imprint of what he thought was a gun. He saw 75% of it on his right side. He then stopped his vehicle, got out, asked him if he had a CPL. Then he told him no. He then asked him his age. Then it said 20 years old. He was then detained, and the gun removed. Once the officer saw what he thought was an imprint of a gun on his side, that's reasonable suspicion. That's a reasonable suspicion to him approach. And even through Terry, that's a reasonable suspicion once he was approached to do a pat down. And had he done a pat down at that point, he would have felt a hard object and the weapon. So he had the right to do it. And once he asked him his age, and he said 20 years old, then it's not old enough to have a handgun.
you know, at this point, it's there's probable cause that a crime was committed and probable cause that the defendant committed. Court of fine. Matter be filed over Wayne County Circuit Court Criminal Division for arraignment on the information, which would be February 26th.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Ready on Jones?
I hope so. Ready. Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Okay, he's up.
Okay.
Calling case
Good
number
to
two.
keep your screen straight, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Jones, you gotta sit down somewhere. You can't keep it straight if you're moving around, and put it back so I can see you, please.
All right. Can I put this on?
Calling case number 2059776, the people of the state of Michigan versus Jerry Jones. Defendant is charged with count 1, weapons carried concealed. This matter is scheduled for examination.
Good morning, Your Honor. Sheriff Ronald on behalf of the people, P84189.
And good morning, Dobby Silver appearing on behalf of Jerry Jones. Today is the date and time set for exam. We have received communication from the gun board that Mr. Jones can be accepted into diversion. We are going to waive the exam this morning.
All right, Mr. Jones, state your name again for the record, please.
Jerry Jones.
Mr. Jones, you understand that you have a statutory right to a preliminary exam where the state must show by probable cause a crime was committed and probable cause you had something to do with committing that crime. You understand that, sir?
Okay.
Did you say okay or yes?
Yeah. Yes.
Thank you. Anybody promise you anything or threaten you in any way to get you to waive your right to preliminary exam?
Say it one more time.
Did anybody make any promises to you or did anybody threaten you to get you to waive your right to preliminary exam?
No.
You're waiving your right freely and voluntarily after having opportunity to talk to your attorney about it.
Say it one more time.
You're waiving your right to holding your exam freely and voluntarily after having opportunity to talk to your attorney about it.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
All right. All right, and do you have any objection to the court signing your name to the waiver form and initialing off?
No.
No, I don't, Your Honor. Mr. Jones, can the court sign your name on that form?
Yes.
All right. Court will find that you freely and voluntarily waive your right to preliminary exam. That is bound over to Wayne County Circuit Court Criminal Division for arraignment on the information, which will be February 26th at 9:00 a.m. in Bonds.
Thank you very much, Judge.
All right, thank you.
Mr. Jones, I'll talk to you next week.
Okay.
Ready on Reese?
Ready, Your Honor.
Oh, there it is. Is the prosecutor on?
Yes,
Okay.
thank you.
Calling case number 2061055, the people of the state of Michigan versus Zaire Reese. Defendant is charged with count 1, reckless driving causing death. This matter is scheduled for a competency hearing.
Good morning, Your Honor. This is Brian Johnson for the people, P84143.
Good morning, Your Honor. East Haddad, P71699, appearing on Mr. Defendant Zaire Reese. We consent to this proceeding being conducted via Zoom.
All right, Mr. Reed, state your name, please.
Zaire Reese.
Thank you. All right, are the parties in possession of the document on the letterhead Department of Health and Human Services Center for Forensic Psychiatry dated January 29th, 2021, and authored by a Glenn Toplin, PhD, licensed psychologist and consulting forensic examiner?
The people they received it this morning and I have reviewed it.
Defense has received it about a week ago, and we have reviewed it.
Okay. Are both parties willing to stipulate to the results of that report?
The people
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
I couldn't hear your answer, I'm sorry.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, sir. All right, and based on that, court's gonna find that the defendant is competent to stand trial, and we're gonna put this matter on track. How many witnesses?
There'll be 2 witnesses, Your Honor.
2 witnesses? Can we do this on March 1st at 2:45?
Your Honor, I'm not available on March 1st, that late in the afternoon. And I asked that this be this be an in-person exam, Your Honor.
Yeah, that's in person. That was in person.
Okay.
All right, you said you're not available on that day?
Correct, Your Honor. I'm available the following Monday.
How about March 2nd at 12:45?
I have a full docket in federal state court. I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'm not available on the 2nd either.
February 24th at 12:45.
Works for the people, Your Honor.
You said that work?
Do you have anything a little later? I might not be available that soon. If you can go later on that morning, later on that afternoon, I can make it work.
Do 1:30.
1:30 is good for me, Your Honor. Thank you.
That's February 24th at 1:30, Your Honor.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, I'll continue.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Mr. Haddad.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Mr. Johnson.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Reese.
Ready on Hill?
Yes.
Calling case number 21-55454, the people of the state of Michigan versus Deja Hill. Defendant is charged with count 1, weapons carrying concealed. This matter is scheduled for a probable cause count.
Morning, Your Honor. Sarah on behalf of the people, CR439.
Okay.
Good morning, Your Honor. NDS Detroit by Henry Schneider, 82476 for Miss Stacia Hill. I asked to waive her presence for today's meeting.
All right, court will waive her appearance for purpose of today's hearing. What's your pleasure?
Your Honor, I'd ask for a live examination date. We intend to write to the gun board, and I'll inform the court if that exam becomes no longer necessary.
All right, how many witnesses?
I don't know, my file's not there. One, is it a CCW case?
Yeah, CCW.
So I would say one, possibly two.
Got the 215. Both of them?
Yeah.
All right, March 29th at 9:15.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Miller's right here.
I mean, Giles.
Yeah, he's in the backs.
Okay. So our 10 into 10:15 are both here.
Okay. Let's go.
Ready on Solomon?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ready, Your Honor.
Calling case number 2059743, the people of the state of Michigan versus Calvin Solomon. Defendant is charged with count 1, weapons carrying concealed. This matter is scheduled for examination.
Good morning, Your Honor. Serving on behalf of the people, P84189.
Good morning, Your Honor. J. Grant Miller, P58658 on behalf of Calvin Solomon. I do not know if he logged into Zoom.
Mr. Solomon behind me?
No, that's from Jim.
Oh.
No.
Oh. Mr. Solomon? No, he's not here. All right, can't just show him any bond previous consideration before for the new bond $30,000 cash.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Ready on Jemison? Proctor. Rita Young is his attorney. I did get in touch with her, so she said she was gonna log on. Yep. She has a warrant.
Yeah, KPS, I think on the 9th.
Was it the 9th?
Or the 8th. I got the paper here.
All right. Calling case number 2059757, the people of the state of Michigan versus Anthony Jemison. Defendant is charged with count 1, weapons carrying concealed. This matter is scheduled for examination.
Good morning, Your Honor. Serving on behalf of the people, P84189.
Morning, Sean Gadlin, P74500 for.
Jemison, state your name for the record, please.
Thank you, Jefferson.
All right, ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor. I have one officer here. I just wanted to see if the other one was here. Then, just one. Your Honor, at this time, people call Officer Heather Thomas.
Step up, please. Your name for it.
Officer Heather Thomas. Yes, please.
All right, step up there, please. Raise your hand. All right.
Yes.
Right, pull the door towards you. Have a seat, please.
Thank you, Your Honor. Can you restate your name for the record, please?
Heather Thomas.
And are you currently employed at the Detroit Police Department?
Yes,
In what capacity are you employed?
I work in the 8th Precinct Special Operations Unit.
And for how long?
In the unit for 1 year and a month, and at the precinct for 2.5 years.
And were you employed in this capacity on August 20th of 2020?
Yes.
And did you in fact work on the case?
Yes,
And were you by yourself, were you with a partner?
with 2 partners.
And what were their names?
Officer Vandestein, Andrew Vandestein, and Officer Mueller.
And were you in full or modified uniform?
Full special operations uniform.
And were you on foot patrol or scout car?
In the scout car.
Is that fully marked, semi-marked?
It's fully marked.
And did your duties as a police officer take you to the area at or near Mansfield and Hatchet in Detroit?
It's Hackett.
Hackett.
Yes.
In Detroit, you said?
Yes.
And while at or near that location, did you conduct a traffic stop?
Yes.
And what was the reason for that traffic stop?
No insurance.
And when you made that traffic stop, did the driver of the vehicle make any statements? Regarding his
Well, I
license?
need to go back. You gotta lay that foundation. How to come up with no insurance, who was, she's one of 3 people in this vehicle. I don't know where she's at. I don't know if she's in the back seat, she's just riding along. And with the traffic stop or what? I need to know.
I'm gonna take it back. You're in the vehicle with 2 other partners. Where are you located within that vehicle?
I was driving.
You were driving, who was in the passenger seat?
Officer Mueller,
And who was in the back seat?
Officer Vandestein.
And while you were driving, did something draw your attention or?
We were traveling east on Shellfront and approached Prevost. The vehicle was crossing the intersection heading south on Prevost. I turned south on Prevost as well. Officer Munich ran the vehicle's license plate in lien, informing me that it had no insurance.
And once you had that information, what, if anything, did you do after that?
I initiated a traffic stop, activating lights at Mansfield and Hackett.
And what did you do after that?
I approached the vehicle on the driver's side, informed the driver for the reason of the stop, and asked him if he had a valid Michigan driver's license. He stated he did not, but that he had an ID.
And with that information, what, if anything, did you do?
At that time, I assisted him out of the vehicle, detaining him for operating a motor vehicle without a driver's license. Prior to having him exit the vehicle, also, I asked him if there were any weapons in the vehicle, and he stated no. I asked the front passenger if there was any weapons in the vehicle, and he stated yes.
And with that information, what did you do?
With that information, the front passenger also stated, yes, I have one in the trunk. So at that time.
All this is hearsay.
When you say front passenger, do you see an individual in this courtroom today that was present at that location and time?
Yes.
Can you please point to that individual and state from there where?
Sitting there in the black mask and a white collar shirt.
Thank you. Your Honor, may the record reflect identification of the defendant?
Yep.
When you say the driver, who is the driver? Mr. Williams. Timothy.
And where is the defendant sitting within the vehicle?
The defendant is sitting in the front passenger seat.
And when the defendant, what statement did the defendant make about a gun in the vehicle?
I have one in the trunk.
And with that information, what did you do next?
We escorted both individuals out of the vehicle, detaining them pending further investigation.
And how did you, what was the further pending investigation? What was done?
My partner, we began to search the vehicle. My partner informed me that one weapon was recovered from the rear of the vehicle.
I don't know. I would object. I don't know who the partner is.
Can you state who that partner was, the name?
Officer Vandestein.
And where was that gun located at?
In the rear of the vehicle.
Did the defendant at any time try to use the CPL?
No.
And just to reiterate, you said that when you asked the driver if he had about a gun, what did the driver say?
The driver said,
Hearsay. Take it.
Did you place the gun on him?
I did not, Officer Vandestein.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Officer Vansky searched the vehicle,
Yes, sir.
and during that time, you were dealing with the front passenger. Is that correct?
Dealing with the front passenger.
Yes, the detainment of the front passenger.
I
Excuse me, not the front passenger, the driver.
I escorted the driver out of the vehicle, yes.
And that was while Officer Vansky was conducting the search.
They were escorted out of the vehicle prior to the search beginning.
What were your duties on that day?
My duties on that day were patrol.
And that was to drive around and see if you can determine whether any criminal activity is occurring or civil infraction.
Yes.
Did you ask Mr. Thomas whether there was anything other than whether there was a gun in the car?
So did you say Mr. Thomas?
Excuse me, Mr. Jones.
And did I ask him if,
Did you ask him anything beyond whether there was a gun in the car?
I asked him if he possessed a valid CPL and he stated he did not.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Any further witnesses?
No, Your Honor.
We just have to find over here. Was controlled or possessed by the defendant, or that it was illegally carried.
Your Honor, the officer testified that when she asked the defendant if there was any guns in the vehicle, the defendant himself stated there was a gun in the trunk. At that point, the defendant was removed for the investigation. A gun was actually located, but not in the trunk, it was in the back seat. That's when the officer asked the defendant to give a CPL, he stated he did not, and that, so that's, we'll find that no probable cause to hide over.
Court having heard the testimony and arguments, finds as follows. Thomas stated on August 20th, 2020, she was on patrol with 2 partners, special ops, uniform for marked vehicles. Area Mansfield and Hackett, to the traffic stop with no insurance. The driver pulled over, did not have a driver's license. At which point they detained the driver for having no driver's license. They then asked both the driver and the passenger whether there were weapons in the vehicle. The passenger responded, "I have one in the trunk." The search was conducted. They found a weapon in the rear of the vehicle. Problem is that this record is completely devoid of any evidence of reasonable suspicion to ask that question. And the officer does not have the right to come up and ask a person if they're committing a crime, i.e., do you have any weapons? Unless there's something that they have to be able to articulate reasonable suspicion, and she did not do that. She didn't say he did anything that was suspicious, that he made movements, that he did anything. She just point blank asked him, "Do you have a gun?" No. Oh, I'm sorry. I gave you allowed you to ask your question, allowed you to make your argument. This is my turn. This record is completely devoid of reasonable suspicion for the officer to then ask this man if he was committing a crime without first Mirandizing. Okay, and that is a violation of the Fourth Amendment. And the court's going to suppress his statement and the gun, and this matter is suspended. Thank you.
Sir, would you step outside and wait for your attorney to come out?
You get is there anything he could get to show his work that he was here?
Oh,
Yep.
yeah, right.
Work letter right there.
I think this is it. Which one?
I'll go through it.
So we ready on the next one? Mr. McRipley still on?
Yeah, he's in the background.
Is this 2 defendants on this?
See, Rita too, is it? Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Mahana and the cataract and, yeah.
And this cataract is on Montgomery. Ready on Montgomery?
I'm ready.
Calling case number 2155298, the people of the state of Michigan versus Tawana Montgomery. Defendant is charged with count 1, assault with a dangerous weapon, felonious assault. This matter is here on a probable cause conference.
Good morning, Your Honor. Sarah Ronald on behalf of the people, PH4189.
Good morning, Danielle Cataray, 771, speaking on behalf of Tawana Montgomery, who is on Zoom.
Oh.
All right, Ms. Montgomery, can you state your- for the record,
Tawana
please?
Cole. Tawana Cole is my name.
Okay, it's not Montgomery?
No, sir.
That's her, Judge. I don't know why that's how the warrant is typed, but on her detainee sheet, it has 2 names. It has Tawana Cole and Montgomery. So they typed the warrant up with Tawana Montgomery. I don't know if she gave it to you, but with the detainee sheet on the back.
Cole, C-O-L-E?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
All right.
Your Honor, just for, you said T-O-L-E?
No, C.
C-O-L-E.
Yeah, C-O-L-E, yeah. All right, Cataract?
Yes, Judge, I requested discovery. I have not received anything. And I'd also want to make an argument to remove her tether.
All right, but we're gonna set this matter for exam, correct?
Yes.
Okay. How many witnesses?
One, Your Honor.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, one, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, he did. Right after 4:30, I think.
All right, it's available February 26th at 9:15.
I have a 10 a.m. exam with Judge King and an 11 a.m. exam with Judge Archer.
Oh, well, this thing gonna take no more than 15, 20 minutes.
Okay.
One witness.
Keep them down.
All right.
No, because I don't want them.
All right.
I'm sorry, tell them, attorney's gonna come and talk to them. Thank you.
And we'll do this February 26th, 9:15. And you have an issue as to the bond?
Yeah, so they gave her a $10,000 personal bond, no contact with the complainant, no weapons, and a GPS tether. Dickerson tether unit then created restrictions, and she's not allowed to go home because the complainant lives in the neighborhood, and that she has limited hours to her home.
Henry?
Yeah.
Oh, you're fading in and out. I don't know because you're turning your head. We can't hear you.
Okay. Can you hear me good now?
Yes, ma'am.
So she had I think someone's talking, I'm not sure who. She had a tether, GPS tether placed on her at the arraignment, but then Dickerson gave her restrictions that don't appear to be done by the magistrate at the arraignment. So they're telling her she can't go home because the complainant lives in the neighborhood and that she has limited hours she can leave home. Asking that the tether just be removed.
Okay, well, I'm looking at the pretrial release order signed by the magistrate. They put her on DPS tether under house arrest. So technically, she wasn't supposed to be outside, leaving the house at all.
Yeah, so I'm asking that be removed. Also, this alleged offense took place in July 27th of last year, and it wasn't entered in until January 15th. Also, Ms. Cole had a PPO against this complainant in 2018 and 2019. So I'm just asking that the tether be removed and that she not have house arrest. She does have children. She goes to school at night, and she lost her temp job at Kelly Services because of tether.
People wish to be heard.
Pardon me?
People wish to be heard.
Just briefly, Your Honor, I would just state that the GPS tether adjusted to not be on home arrest, but it looks as though the defendant has another assault in battery in 2018, a home invasion in 2006. The defendant knows the complainant. There have been several issues allegedly that have been stated in the police report. The facts in this case allegedly are that the defendant ran the complainant off the road, got out of her car, said, I'm gonna B-word, I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna go blow your brains out. The complainant said that they noticed there was a gun on the defendant. So the people just ask, like, you can stay, but as far as house arrest, not full house arrest. We can do for work or.
Okay. Where does she live? Where do you live, Ms. Cole?
I live on 9065 Evergreen, is where they picked me up for the warrant. And I also have a case dismissed from him in 2018 from Joe Slimmers. It's been dismissed that he allegedly said I assaulted him last time.
Stop. I didn't ask you all that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Answer the question I asked you and please stop.
Okay, I'm sorry about that. I live 9065 Evergreen, Detroit, Michigan, 48228. Where they picked me up at.
Okay, this incident happened at 19999 Cathedral in Evergreen, correct?
I have no idea.
Well, that's what they're showing the place of offense.
No.
All right. Are you're not showing any history, are you? Any conviction?
Are you speaking to me, Your Honor?
Yeah.
I'm showing a conviction with assault battery in 2018 and then a home invasion in 2006. It was hideout for the 2006.
Excuse me, Your Honor.
No.
Huh?
I was going to say that case was dismissed in 2018 about the one that she's talking about. It was dismissed.
Please stop. I understand it's under Highland, so it's dismissed now. So.
No, we're talking about the 218 was dismissed. Sorry about that. I'm sorry.
Stop, just mute your mic.
Okay, Ms. Cole, let me explain something. You make it very hard for me to try to even modify your bond because you don't listen.
I'm sorry.
If you're not listening to me talking to you right now, then I have no reason to believe you're going to listen to the conditions of your bond when no one's watching you.
I'm sorry.
All right now, I'll go ahead and remove the tether. Ms. Cole, you have no contact whatsoever, not in the area of 19999 Cathedral in Evergreen. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
You have no contact whatsoever with the complainant, which is Joe Nathan Fleming. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
No contact means you can't contact him. You can't have anybody else contact him. That's by telephone, text message, email, Facebook, Twitter, whatever. You can't put anything about this on social media. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand what happens if you do?
Yes, I do, and I don't want to do that.
Okay. All right. Okay. What date did I just give you for the exam?
March 26th at 9:15.
March 26th at 9:15. Thank you.
And can I ask the prosecutor when she's going to send over discovery?
Madam Prosecutor, did you hear me? Madam Prosecutor?
Pardon?
She was asking about discovery.
Oh,
I need that bottom form.
I can check in and look into discovery. Can I just have your name? I'm sorry, Zoom is cut off. You want to give me the spelling and I can send it to you?
Yeah, how about I just use my email? It's DCORET11 gmail.com.
It cut off. I'm sorry. I have a hard time hearing. Can you just, what's your name?
Danielle Catteray.
Last name Cadoret.
Thank you.
Well, maybe he had to pick that up the missile.
All right, we'll fax the order,
removing the tether over to the sheriff's department. That'll be done this afternoon. So she can go over there this evening or tomorrow.
Okay, thank you very much, Judge. Stay safe, everyone.
Judge, did you see that? Judge, do you have my?
Yeah, this guy took his.
Do you have the Jameson file?
Oh, very good.
Judge, so our 11:30, the two or. Defendant number one is defendant number two.
There's no paperwork substituting.
So I had to call over to assignments. They said he was gonna have someone log on since
Madam Clerk, this is Jeffrey Schwartz. I just wanted to let you know I was sent in from assigned counsel for Trinity Orr. So whenever you're ready for me, I'm gonna go back on mute.
Can I get your P number? I'm getting ready to call that case.
32076.
Oh,
It's 45. Well, we'll do there right quickly. It's going to be given another day.
Okay.
And we'll do the exam.
Okay, I'll get him up.
I'm not in a hurry, just let you know. It's up to you.
Well, I've tried to keep on track, but I put so many, kind of wedge them all in there.
Where's my prosecutor?
That's out.
Madam Clerk, while you're waiting on your prosecutor, this is Ms. Greer. I do believe that we have a capias for Mr. Emery Ellis.
he wasn't capious. The judge put it over to today. Oh, he's not here. Is that what you're telling?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Ready on or?
You're ready.
Calling case number 2060085, the people of the state of Michigan versus Deshaun Orr. Defendant number one is charged with count one, robbery armed. Habitual offender, second notice. The people of the state of Michigan versus Trinity Orr. Defendant number two is charged with count two, accessory after the fact to a felony. Habitual offender for notice. These matters are scheduled for examination.
Good morning, Your Honor. Sarah Bill on behalf of the people, P84189.
Good morning, Judge G. Whitney McRipley on behalf of defendant number one, Mr. Orr.
Good morning, Your Honor. Jeffrey Schwartz, P32076. I was asked by assigned counsel to come in and be appointed to Ms. Orr.
All right. Both of them are out.
Yes, Your Honor.
Are they on Zoom?
Yes. Gonna state your name, Mr. Orr?
Yeah, Deshaun Orr.
All right, and Ms. Orr?
Ernest Orr.
All right, thank you. Parties available April 26th at 12:45.
Your Honor, is this for or?
Yeah.
What, I'm sorry. I have it set for an in-person exam.
It was, but the attorney that was originally signed to represent defendant the Trinity or is now got elected now a judge. The attorney that was assigned afterwards, fortunately, passed.
Okay.
So we could have a new attorney on it.
Okay, no, that's fine.
Your Honor, I'm available that date and that time, but I would need discovery fairly quickly. I'm assuming they're gonna get it to me.
Yeah.
What was the time, yeah?
April 26th at 12:45.
That's fine.
Okay.
Your Honor, if I may, counsel, can I have his name? The one that's replacing.
Mr. Schwartz, can you give her the information?
To my client?
No. What, you can give the client a minute, but the prosecutor needs to send you.
Yeah,
the,
my initials, my email is my initials. J is in Jeffrey, G is in Greg, S is in Schwartz. So jgs@jgslaw.net.
JGS@HES.
jgs@jgslaw.net.
And your name, I'm sorry, I can't see it.
JEFFREYSCHWARTZ.
Thank you.
And Judge, can I get a breakout room with my client so I can get her contact info?
Yeah. Hold on.
Thank you.
iPhone. And it's not, I got more than one person on the iPhone, which means.
She's got a hand up on the screen.
I know, but that doesn't help me. When
Oh,
I
to
go
find
the
out which
breakout
one she
room,
is. I see.
iPhone.
Yeah, I have her number. I can give it to Jeff, Mr. Schwartz.
Okay, that's fine. And do you have something to write with, Miss Orr?
Yeah, small. Okay.
My phone number is 313 965 8168. Give me a call right after you get off the hearing.
Okay.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you.
Y'all stay here?
Yep, we're all set. Thank you. Take care. All right.
Are we ready on Brown?
Yes, ma'am.
Calling case number 2056934, the people of the state of Michigan versus Delano Brown. Defendant is charged with count 1, assault with intent to murder. Count 2, weapons, firearms, discharged from a vehicle. Count 3, weapons, firearms, discharged in or out of the building. Count 4, weapons, felony, firearm. Count 5, weapons, felony, firearm. Count 6, weapons, felony, firearm. Count 7, weapons, felony, firearm. Count 8, weapons, firearms, possession by a felon. Count 9, weapons carrying concealed. Habitual offender, fourth notice, mandatory 25-year sentence. This matter is scheduled for examination.
Good morning, Your Honor. Sarah Ronald on behalf of the people, P84189.
Good morning, Doreen Elder, on behalf of Mr. Brown, which is standing behind me, to my left. My P number is 57728.
Delano Brown.
Your Honor, at this time, the prosecutor will be requesting a short adjournment because one of our civilian witnesses is in court currently right now for her foster children. She stated to the OIC that she is not going to put this case above her own children. Therefore, she has not arrived today. However, the people do have the 2 other civilian witnesses and officers. We are just missing her, and she is essential to this case. And her name is Kira B-O-N-E-E.
Your Honor, I'm asking the court for a dismissal, Your Honor. This matter has been set for over a month. Matter of fact, Judge, we initially set the first date back in November of last year. And the people brought an emergency motion to have Mr. Brown's bond revoked because of a voice message that he sent to a witness's mother, which happens to be the mother of his child. And Judge, they've known about this. Here we are, Your Honor, day of examination. I'm asking for an adjournment, Your Honor. I'm asking the court to dismiss the matter and it can be filed when we have their document.
All right, Madam President. No prejudice.
I needed this special call. Yes, Greer's still on?
Once if they're ready.
Greer? Greer. You got Young, you got Gail Williams,
All right, I know Greer said her client was. Oh, James. Attorney, it was attorney Nicole James and Schneider. Are they both on? Okay, they're there.
Yeah.
Judge, this is the one is scheduled for the exam on February 22nd, but Mr. Moody said he needs at least until the 25th or after for a written. Because the written was never done in this case.
When did we set it?
January 21st.
We set it January 21st, so writ's not done. I think we can't get it done.
Oh, I'm sorry, January 15th.
January 15th. You can call it, you make the motion.
Calling case number 2062269, the people of the state of Michigan versus Christopher Key. Defendant number 1 is charged with count 1, weapons carrying concealed. Count 2, assault with dangerous weapons, felonious assault. Count 3, weapons felony firearm. Count 4, police officer assaulting, resisting, obstructing. Count 5, weapons felony firearm. The people of the state of Michigan versus James Taylor, defendant number 2, is charged with count 1, weapons, firearms, possession by a felon. Count 2, weapons, ammunition, possessions by a felon. Count 3, weapons carrying concealed. Count 4, weapons felony firearm. Count 5, weapons felony firearm. This matter is here on an adjournment hearing.
Morning, Your Honor, Sarah Vanoma, on behalf of the people, CH439.
Good morning, Your Honor. Nicole James, appearing on behalf of James Taylor.
And good morning, Your Honor. NDS Detroit by Henry Schneider, appearing for Mr. Christopher Key.
Judge, I would ask to waive Mr. Taylor's presence, excuse me, for the purposes of this hearing. He is in Michigan Department of Corrections.
Your Honor, and likewise with Mr. Key, though he is not in custody.
Both of their appearances for the purpose of this hearing. No, prosecutor?
I'm not. I learned of this yesterday. From my understanding, we're just trying to figure out if the exam date is set by Zoom or in person and what date that is.
The exam was set in person. Both defendants were supposed to be written. No, one.
Yeah.
No, one of the defendants supposed to be written. One of them is out. Okay, we had a previous date of January 21st. Defendant was not written. So on the 13th, we changed that date to this date. On the 15th. On the 15th, we changed that date to 2/22. Now, my understanding that they still haven't been written, and now they need more time to write. My understanding.
I'm trying to understand you. So we were supposed to, I'm saying that the prosecution was supposed to write the defendants out.
Yep.
And that has not been done.
Writ one, and they haven't done it. Now, this is the second time they were supposed to writ a defendant out, same case, well, second time on this case, and it hasn't been done.
Your Honor, I just received this folder last night. If you give me an opportunity to step in, I will personally send that writ today.
Well, that means I have to change the date, find a new date, to do all this. And I put it on the record before. I wasn't gonna keep doing that. Prosecutor's responsibility is to really, the prosecutor charges. If you're gonna charge somebody, you're responsible. If you know, in this case, you know where the person is, then the NDOC. You don't do the writ, so then it doesn't happen. Once I can understand, the whole thing. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
May I add something, Your Honor?
Sure.
If this is set for an in-person exam on the 22nd, today's the 12th, the people still have 10 days. So I'll submit the writ today to you and I'll send it over to MDOC today for both defendants.
That's fine.
There's only one defendant in custody.
Yeah, there's one
Just
defendant in
Mr.
custody.
Taylor, James Taylor.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I can do that today. I apologize, I thought defense for today.
No, no.
Yeah, I will send a writ today and have that sent over to MDOC.
Okay. All right, well, same date, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
What?
Thank you, Your Honor.
We're not changing anything. We'll try again. Okay.
Have a good one, everyone.
Thank you too.
Your Honor, just to clarify, I'm doing that for in person.
Yes.
That's for in person. Okay.
Yes. I don't have a problem doing it both ways, put in person and Zoom on there. They have for defendants like this.
Should I?
The only problem is that the defense is that, we've had problems with identification, but when it comes to.
So MDOC stated to me that if they can be done via Zoom, that they were gonna not do them in person, but then I explained with the defendant, they demand it in person and.
Right, they
That's their
demand it in person.
So if they demand it.
It should be in person.
Okay.
All right, who's next? We got Ms. Hannah, Ms. Scott, and Ms. Williams.
Who's Mr. Mahana?
Mr. Mahana, who you have?
Your Honor, I have Christian Perrin. He was transferred to you from Judge Archer this morning.
Oh.
I'm also on that one as well, Your Honor.
Okay.
Up
for PCC?
It's up for PCC today.
Yes, Your Honor, because Mr. Christian Perrin has another case in front of you that's set for an exam on the 18th.
Yeah, he already has a case.
Oh, okay.
It's Mr. Perrin, right?
Yeah, he's in the jail.
Okay, and Mr. Bates, which is the co-defendant, is in warrant status, right?
I believe so, yes. When I looked it up
As
yesterday.
far as
he's
I know as well.
Warrant status.
Okay. Okay. Do you know what the other date with us is?
The 18th is the exam. And the date of the offense is the same for both cases. They're just two separate cases because I think they're two separate complainants.
Oh, it's at 1:30.
Yes.
Okay. You ready?
Yes, please.
Calling case number 2155639, the people of the state of Michigan versus Christopher Perrin. Defendant number 2 is charged with count 1, criminal sexual conduct, first degree. Count 2, criminal sexual conduct, first degree. Count 3, criminal sexual conduct, first degree. Strike count 2, strike count 3. Count 4, extortion. Count 6, unlawful imprisonment. Count 7, assault with intent to do great bodily harm, less than murder or by strangulation. Habitual offenders, second notice. Okay. This matter is scheduled for a probable cause conference.
Good morning, Your Honor. May it please the court, Danielle Seamus on behalf of the people, P75908. Your Honor, I'm standing in today for the APA of record, Mr. John Trummer.
Good morning, Your Honor. Nijad Mihana appearing on behalf of Mr. Perrin, P59371. I have no objection to doing today's hearing by Zoom. And if the client is not appearing by Zoom from the jail, Judge, I would respectfully request from the court to waive his appearance.
All right, we'll waive his appearance for the purpose of this hearing.
Your Honor,
Go ahead.
Mr. Perrin has another case that is currently set for February the 18th for an exam at 1:30 p.m. Both cases are from the same incident date. I believe they're two different complainants. So,
How many witnesses on this one?
Your Honor, I believe there would be 2 witnesses.
Okay, the party's available March 1st at 2:45.
March the 1st at 2:45.
Yes, sir.
I am, Your Honor.
I believe that's a good date for the people, Your Honor, as well.
Okay. All right, anything else?
Yes, Judge, for the record, on both cases, I still do not have any discovery. I am requesting any and all discovery paper, dash cam, body cams, any interrogation videos, any dispatch audio, 911 calls. I don't have anything.
The other case, is that a CSC case too?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we're gonna have to get them the discovery.
Yes, Your Honor, we will get the discovery to Mr. Mihana. I will work
Thank-
on that as soon as I get back to the office.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Have a great weekend.
Thank you.
All right, you too.
Take care, everyone.
Take care, it's good seeing you, Danielle.
You
Been a
too,
long
Good seeing
time.
you, Judge.
Yeah. Take care now.
Take care, Judge. Bye, Kitty.
Bye, Danielle. And Ms. Young's client is here, Mr. Proctor. Who's Gail on? What client?
Doctor?
Yeah, the one we put in the back.
What about
earlier.
Gail? Who is she?
What happened to, you got Tracy here?
He's right here, Your Honor, in the first row.
Oh,
His
yeah,
defense
that's
attorney
Gail.
is not here.
That's Gail, huh?
Who's not here?
His defense attorney.
She's on
Okay.
Zoom.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's go. Follow.
Which one we doing here?
Huh?
Which one?
Tracy Harris.
All right. Calling case number. You ready? Calling case number 2059766, the people of the state of Michigan versus Tracy Harris. Defendant is charged with count 1, weapons carrying concealed. This matter is scheduled for examination.
Good morning, Your Honor. Servant on behalf of the people, P4189.
Good morning, Your Honor. Gail Fort Williams on behalf of Tracy Harris, P35963.
Hey, Mr. Harris, state your name for the record, please. Tracy Harris. Thank you, sir. All right, you ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you call your witness.
Your Honor, this time people call Officer Robinson.
First name?
Emmanuel.
Come up here, please. Hey, Grant, you swear I affirm to the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, and nothing but the truth. All right, close the door, close, you have a seat, please.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Can you please restate your name for the record?
Emmanuel Robertson.
Are you currently employed?
Yes.
And who is your employer?
Detroit Police Department.
And in what capacity?
Police officer,
And for how long?
4 years.
And were you employed in this capacity on August 21st of 2020?
Yes.
And did you in fact work on that date?
Yes.
Were you with a partner or were you by yourself?
With 2 partners,
And can I have their names, please?
Officer Matthew Conti and Officer Diego Pegoso.
And were you in full uniform or modified uniform?
Modified uniform.
Were you in a scout car?
Yes.
Was that semi-marked or fully marked?
Semi-marked.
And did your duties as a police officer take you to the area at or near Gunston and Finley in Detroit?
Yes.
And while you were at or near that location, did you observe something that drew your attention?
Yes.
What did you observe?
I observed a heavy bulge on the front waist area of someone walking the dog down the street.
And do you see that individual in court today?
Yes.
Can you please point to that individual and state something that he is wearing?
Right here, he's wearing a green sweater.
Thank you. Your Honor, may the record reflect identification of the defendant? And as a result of your observation, what, if anything, did you do?
I was not driving the scout car, so my partner turned the scout car around and we pulled alongside the offender. And we had a conversation, a brief conversation about the dog that the offender was walking. And then I asked the offender if the heavy bulge was a firearm. And the offender said that it was a firearm. And then I asked the offender if he had a CPL license, and he said that he did not.
And what, if anything, did you do?
And then I observed Officer Conti recover a firearm off of the offender's waist in the front where the heavy bulge was. And then we detained him in handcuffs and ran his name in our system. And we discovered that he, in fact, does not have a CPL.
And when you say that you were the driver, you said, or you weren't the driver, where were you at in the vehicle?
I don't recall.
Do you recall if you were the driver?
No, I was not the driver.
You were not the driver. You were either the passenger or in the back seat?
Yes, it was a three-man car, so I was in the passenger front seat or in the back. Yep.
And at a distance of feet, how far away would you say you were from the defendant when you observed the bulge?
I don't recall. He was on the sidewalk and we pulled alongside on the curb.
And that's when you made the observation? Or is that when you approached the defendant?
That's when I made, that's the second time I made the observation. We drove past him, and that's when I made the observation.
And when you were driving past him, how fast were you going?
I don't recall.
Okay. No further questions, Your Honor.
Thank you. Officer, what was Mr. Harris doing when you first saw him?
He was with a female. They were together with a dog.
Okay, and you, I'm sorry, did I interrupt you?
No, you didn't.
Okay, and you said that you stopped him, why?
We stopped and we spoke with him about his dog. I observed the heavy bulge first, and then we talked to him about the dog.
Okay, so you just stopped him to talk to him about his dog?
Yes, and my observation.
And what was your observation? You said a bulge?
Yes, yep. He had a heavy bulge in his front waistband. It was hanging over his front waistband underneath his shirt.
What was hanging waistband?
The heavy bulge. It wasn't consistent with a body part. It was like right over his waistband, hanging over. Like it was a heavy bulge.
Judge, I have no further questions.
Briefly, Your Honor. In your treating experience, what you just described, the heavy bulge hanging over his waistband, what is that an indication of?
Speculation.
Did you get in?
Your Honor, may I re-ask the question? In your treating
I'm not allowed to
experience,
speculate like that, no. You described it as a heavy bulge.
correct. And I can't ask you to
You
change.
can, no. That is what he saw. He's perfectly honest about it. He described it as he saw it.
Okay, no further questions, Your Honor.
No questions, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. You step down. Anything further? People have any, defense have anything?
Nothing, Your Honor, thank you.
Thank you.
Your Honor, this time people make a motion to move the court for a bind over and reserve argument.
Your Honor, I would ask that this case be dismissed. There was no reason for the officer to stop Mr. Harris. He stated that he only saw a heavy bulge in his waistband, and he stopped and had a brief conversation regarding the dog. I would ask for a dismissal. There was no reason to stop Mr. Harris.
And Your Honor, the first observation the officer stated is when he was in a vehicle driving past the defendant that he observed this heavy bulge hanging over his waistband. He also stated he made a second observation of the same object when he approached closer in the vehicle. Both incidents give him enough of a reasonable suspicion to approach the defendant and have a conversation with him. And once they found out he did not have a CPL, to place him under arrest.
Your Honor, the defendant was clearly walking his dog with a woman.
For William, I got it. She has her argument, you got argument, she gets rebuttal.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
According to her, the testimony argument finds as follows. That on August 21st, 2020, that Officer Emmanuel Robinson was on patrol. Two partners with him, he's a modified uniform, in the area of Gunston and Finley. That he observed the defendant walking with a female and a dog. He saw a heavy bulge in his front waist area. And that's how he described it, a heavy bulge. He then pulled alongside. The defendant had a conversation about the dog. Then again, observed a heavy bulge in his front waistband area. Then he asked him, do you have a firearm, or was it a firearm? He asked him if the heavy bulge was a firearm. The defendant said yes, he had no CPLs, he was arrested. Look, I have a reasonable suspicion. A heavy bulge is not reasonable suspicion. A heavy bulge that has the shape of a firearm, then okay, yeah, I can buy that. But just a heavy bulge, no. Which is why he engaged them in conversation regarding the dog instead of investigating what he thought it was, or may have thought it was, or had a hunch of what it was basically what it comes down to. But at this point, the court finds that there was no reasonable suspicion at the point that he asked him if he was committing a felony, that he had no right to ask him if he was committing a felony. And, because he didn't, there's no reasonable suspicion on the record. The court's going to do that.
Thank you, Your
Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Have a good weekend.
Thank you. Where do you paperwork outside?
I told him.
And I guess we can do.
Miss Young?
That's our next exam. Josh, where's Miss Murphy?
We got Miss Young.
Morning. Okay. Do we have Harris? Oh, no, we just did Harris.
Yeah. You want to do a Young, Miss Young?
We got Murphy. You got a defendant?
Yeah, he's in lockup there.
Oh, okay. We don't have an attorney.
Yes, he's there, Miss Young, right?
Huh?
Is that Miss Young or Murphy? We got that?
No, yeah, Murphy, Miss Young is on Proctor.
Oh, Proctor.
What is Proctor got?
She has the gentleman that missed court on the 9th. And he came in and we put him in the back.
Oh, okay. Bring him out.
Bring him out. Proctor.
Proctor.
Oh, yeah. Yes,
where the measure is. So she's That's it. Okay. What you do?
Josh.
Okay, this is second.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
Where's the,
Teacher.
prosecutor?
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Prosecutor.
Sarah, this one is not on the docket. This is a warrant from, the 9th. Calling case number 2058608, the people of the state of Michigan versus Devin Proctor. Defendant is charged with count 1, weapons carrying concealed. This matter is here on a warrant hearing.
Good morning, Your Honor. Sarah Bonhomme on behalf of the people, P84189.
And good morning, Your Honor. Rita Young, appearing on behalf of Mr. Devin Proctor, who did surrender himself to the court this morning and is present in person. This is a bond hearing and a request to reschedule his preliminary examination. The court may recall that on February 9th, this matter was set for an in-person exam. Mr. Proctor was late. He was en route to the court. He did not advise me until after the fact, Your Honor, that he was on a bus and didn't have any control sort of how fast the bus would go. And when he didn't arrive for his exam by 12:15, the court did issue a capias. It was scheduled for 12. He and I apologized for his delay in arriving, asking the court to please to set aside the capias to reinstate his $5,000 10% bond. And Your Honor, because he has to use the bus for transportation, I will make sure that he is on time in the future. I will pick him up and bring him to court with me for his in-person exam. In terms of his background, he's 26, no prior convictions, and he and I are both sorry that he was late.
I don't care if you gotta ride a bike. You can't be here on time, I provide all your transportation. You understand that? So I said, if you're supposed to be at 10:15, you need to be here at 10 to make sure that you're on time. I don't care if you have to ride the bus, it's not my issue. It's your responsibility to be here. All right, I'll set aside the cases and reinstate the original bond. Yeah, it was something. Need a bond form, Katie?
I'm sorry, Judge?
Need a bond form?
Oh.
I'm not, tell me on that what you want to do with it. The attorney shouldn't have to come get you. That ain't her job. That's your responsibility. You're the adult. It's your case. She's here to help you, not hold your hand.
You gotta get paper for it. Make it wait.
Wait, I gotta give him a time, I gotta give him a date.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. I thought we just give a paper.
It's Murphy, that's Chia. Okay, sorry about that. Sorry, I thought we already.
Huh? Oh, no, that's okay.
Madam Clerk, what is the new date for the exam, please?
I'm finding it for you.
Oh, sorry. So sorry.
February 24th at 9:15.
Your Honor, I have a motion scheduled for that day, 4 motions actually for the same defendant. So can it be later in the morning or in the afternoon that day?
No, it's no.
No, that's not.
February 24th at 2 o'clock.
That's great, Your Honor. Thank you so very much. And thanks to your staff as well.
And, Your Honor, may I just verify the defendant's name is Devin Proctor, Procter?
Yeah, Devion, right? Yeah. Devion, Devion. Mr. Parker, you got your date and time, right? Parker, you have your date and time? You there 2 o'clock? Right before 2 o'clock on February 24th, all right? All right, thank you.
You just wrote it down, so we don't need any paperwork, right? You're good. Huh? No, you good. You're good. Just be here at that time. All right.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, Ms. Young.
Mr. Proctor, I'll be in touch.
You want some?
He's already ran out.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll give him a call. Thank you.
I got it.
What are we doing? You got Chio?
Yep, Chio, is Chio up?
Chio is up.
We doing Chio, right? We
Yes,
ready?
Chio Joshua. Yeah, he's in custody.
Yeah, he's back here.
Yeah, thank you.
Bring him out.
Okay.
I got it. That's what we get.
Oh, I thought you.
Oh, and then I said, no.
Oh, okay.
This you heard that.
Has everyone here been vaccinated?
I have.
Yeah, one, first one.
Okay, well, that's cool. Getting on our way.
Calling case number 20-61231. The people of the state of Michigan versus Chio Joshua. Defendant is charged with count 1, assault with a dangerous weapon, felonious assault. This matter is scheduled for examination.
Good morning, Your Honor. Sarah Bill on behalf of the people, CR439. Morning, Judge Francis Murphy on behalf of Mr. Joshua, please 78213.
Chio Joshua.
Ready to proceed?
Your Honor, if we are not able to proceed, the the witness in this has failed to show up. We did have a conversation with her on the phone today, but she has issues with babysitting. We just discovered that today. I believe we had not a current phone number, and we just got a hold of her today.
Judge, today's the date and time set for the preliminary exam. We're ready to proceed. I would request the case be dismissed.
Dismiss without prejudice.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. I'm the career back.
No, her case was,
Oh, the guy that was supposed to show up.
yeah.
Come this way, please.
Ready on Ellis?
Yes, ready.
Calling case number 2155027, the people of the state of Michigan versus Emery Ellis. Defendant is charged with count 1, controlled substance, possession, cocaine, heroin, or another narcotics, 25 to 49 grams. This matter is scheduled for a probable cause conference.
Good morning, Your Honor. Sarah Benel on behalf of the people, P41189.
Good morning, Your Honor. Sharon Greer, appearing on behalf of Mr. Ellis, 40133. Your Honor, this is the date and time the court set for Mr. Ellis to appear in person. I have not been able to contact him at all. As the court may remember, there is a witness detainer on him. And so there are other people that are looking for him. He has bigger fish to fry. I didn't expect him to appear for today's date. I would leave it to the court's discretion as to what you want to do.
All right, what's going to issue a cambia? Order for him to be here at 8:30 this morning, if failed to appear. Cambia shall enter. Any bond previously submitted shall be forfeited. New bond set at remand.
Thank you, Your Honor. I appreciate you.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
Take care, Sharon.
Thank you, Your Honor. You too. It's been a long week for us, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Yes,
And then,
it has. Yes. God bless.
I did, but I ended up being slimmer because the high school I went to.
They didn't have basketball, what happened?
Well, so you must have better. They were better.
I know you guys pretty good.
So, yeah, they were pretty good.
What'd you do?
Big stroke was my stroke.
That tell you.
Who's next? We got Harris at 12:15.
Yes.
All right.
He's not, he should be out though.
No one's checking in yet.
Right, right.
Here you go, son.
Are you will be? So you get a rock. Can extend it.
I ain't man.
Oh, okay. I got one. Someone go.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, long one.
Oh, you see.
All right. Thank you. Give it to the prosecutor? No, okay, for him. Okay. Thank you, Judge. Have a nice weekend.
Keep on. That's awesome.
That's the last one. So, put on here.
Okay, go ahead. I got this.
Yeah. Yeah, 130 is the different one.
Yeah, let's go ahead and go kiss somebody.
Yeah, I know that, right?
Hey, you know this, hey, you know this, man.
You know what?
Now she gonna be mad at you.
Hey, you know what?
Here you
No, you know what?
Oh, is there? I got tomorrow. I was just working. No, I got here. Today. Well, really, I didn't know. Even though I worked. I didn't get it. One day. Shoot. All right. See you later.
I'll probably be back.
Okay, cool. All right. So what's your go?
Yeah, I'm doing it now.
Yeah,
For
okay.
Proctor,
Okay, I haven't just.
yeah, he wanted some paperwork. I guess to show that the warrant is out.
Yeah, you waiting on the.
Yeah, he was leaving, but you said you get it to him. So.
Well, I mean, he acted like he was scared, so,
Yeah. Yeah, also be scared. This was prosecutor, right?
yeah.
Leave that there to you. And, I'll take this. KO was, he said, I need some dismissal too. KO. That was last week's
Yeah.
dismissal too.
I got your dismissal, I just was gonna give you a printout too.
Oh, good.
All right, here's the Mr. Proctor.
Okay, we got it's a homicide, yeah. Okay. So Judge, what are you doing for the Valentine?
For what? Here,
Judge, that's what you doing for Valentine. This is what you went.
yeah, showing the highlighted area and then the top on the page one.
Unreinstated, okay.
Flip it over to page one. See, I put pen.
Pending, got it started. Okay.
Judge, that, Tawana Cole case, you remember that case
I remember her.
that we just did? It's here for PCC. So apparently the complaining witness lives next door to her.
I did that misdemeanor trial. It's something else.
And he called and said he was watching it on YouTube. He couldn't get to Zoom, so he watched it on YouTube. So he called me and said that he was scared and he drove down here because he said he heard everything, but he was scared, I guess, when you took her tether off. So he came down.
They didn't say nothing. I assumed she was tethered to her house.
Right. Well, I don't know. He said he was scared. He said he was down there in the parking lot. I told him to come in the building and talk to the prosecutor.
Prosecutor, you do it. That's our motion.
He's scared.
Yeah, the complaining witness on, Tawana Cole.
AK Montgomery?
Yeah, I don't understand what, I don't know how to do this.
Yeah. That's deep.
But she says that's not her name.
Maybe they, yeah. I know she has a little, she's a little. Yeah. That's what, that's good with.
She ended up filing really against everybody.
She's a little excited, but that's good with it. But you know, that's how you gotta watch it. You're dealing with it.
I'm gonna make sure that this is.
You gonna get some. Yourself.
No.
Oh, yours, so I know you're gonna get a lot of hearts. Heart. I can't wait for the house of guys come through. Oh,
Yeah,
man. If they go
right.
y'all gonna look at each other like, this what they set up for us.
Judge, remember Sweetest Day, how we did the surprise thing for the guys, the husband?
Yeah.
So they're trying to do something for Valentine's Day.
I told her it's gotta be
They
better than
think
what they
they're
did.
trying to do something in secretive, but we already figured it out.
Just like they did.
We figured out that they were doing something. They wanna act like they're not doing that. My husband was like, yeah, and it's just gonna be me and you. Yeah, first of all.
All the husbands.
Right.
That's funny. I told him, I said, I think they gonna have to do what y'all do. But you know how we are, we just, you gotta always whoop one up. So next time you have to come back.
Okay, what we got now? 12:30.
We got 3 more left.
What is that, noon?
Three more.
For the morning?
Huh?
For the morning?
No, we got this 12:15. We did Jerry Jones.
Yep, and we did love it. Oh, no, we didn't. No,
No, we
sorry.
didn't.
No, we didn't. That's the one downstairs.
So we got Darnell Harris and then the 1:30.
And then you got, yeah, Maxwell.
Okay, so who else? Oh, is Maxwell downstairs? Is that the other one you told me?
Love it.
Oh, Love It, McCall. Love It, McCall. Our 1:30 homicide.
Oh.
So, that's.
Did we do Emory Ellis?
Yep.
Okay.
Warrant.
KP That was the case?
Yeah.
He's got, somebody else wants him too, right, Judge?
Yep.
Oh, hell, that was, oh.
Yeah, they looking for him.
Enough one with a bullet.
All right, let me do this password. Bad, not bad. We almost done.
Doing great.
I can't stretch my legs.
Okay.
We stand up.
Well, man, I couldn't sit too long either. I cannot sit long, ass down. We in par.
That's right. You really can't stand up.
Hmm?
I just realized that when you said that, he really can't stand
Yeah,
up.
he's usually sitting down unless he pull, no, you don't have the things to pull up, do you?
I don't know, it's always falling off. I try to adjust it, it'll fall.
Yeah, yeah. Got,
Yeah, you got, take a little 15-minute break.
no.
It ain't gonna start no sooner than that. Attorney, who was the attorney on Shield? I thought it was Francis Murphy. Is that Francis Murphy?
She just left, yeah.
So I'm thinking of another Murphy.
I know.
Who was
It's
that? You know what I'm talking about?
Because I was like,
She's
she's tall.
shorter.
Yes, a shorter Murphy, right.
So what Murphy is that? She's a Murphy.
Mhm. But she's tall. I'm like, I didn't think that was the Murphy. That's why I was looking, you know.
I didn't either. I was looking for the other one. That's why when you was like, it's her, I'm like, well, wait a minute, I'm confused.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
You got Wayne County.
Who's that?
Hey, Wayne County.
How you doing? This is Corporal Gregory over at Wayne County, Division 1. This was, I believe, at first this was I believe, Archer case, but then they put it for Giles, which was, I believe it's Mr. Perrin.
Well, that's the guy we're looking for.
Yep, we did them.
Okay, because his was a PCC, correct?
Yeah, it's a PCC. He got an exam for March 1st at 2:45.
Okay, 3-1 at 2:45. Exam in person or video?
In person.
In person?
Yeah.
All right, is all conditions remain the same? Did anything else change?
Nope, nothing else changed.
Okay, bond continued and just 3/1/21 at 2:45 in person.
Yes, but Deputy, I don't know if you're aware that he has a, I'm sorry, excuse me. He has another case that's scheduled for February 18th at 1:30.
Which court?
Here at 36 with Judge Giles.
And in front of Giles? Okay, so that one's. I'm sorry. What, is that an exam or a PCC?
It's an exam.
Is that in person?
Yes, in person.
Okay, let me get this right. Exam, in person, for Giles on what date?
February 18th.
2/18. What is that for, if you don't mind me asking? What charge was that?
Hold on, let me look it up real quick.
Thank you.
It's criminal sexual conduct in the second degree. I believe they were kind of like the same charges. That happened on the
All right. Okay, was there a bond on that one?
Yeah, he got a cash bond of 750,000.
7K cash surety or cash only?
It says cash. Hold on. Yep, cash only.
Cash only? Okay. All righty, we'll advise. And what attorney was on that one? Is it the same attorney?
I believe it is.
Is
Yep, it's the same attorney.
And that is Mr. DeYoung? Yeah.
No,
Mr.
Mahana.
Oh, Mahana, okay. Mr. Mahana?
Yes.
All righty, thank you very much.
Thank you.
You're welcome, thank you.
So what, they didn't think we didn't know he was there?
I need to do a mid.
Yeah, 'cause we didn't know he was there, huh?
Hmm?
We didn't know he was there? Is that what's
No,
happening?
because this case came from Archer, so I
They
didn't
should have
know.
brought the paperwork up. Did they send it to you?
They sent me the file.
Oh, the file, oh, you did get the file, okay.
Yeah, they wouldn't.
So is this the same case? We got two different
Yeah,
separate
two
cases?
different cases.
Different
What happened
people?
is, that's what it is. Apparently, they're saying it was the same date, because the offense dates are the same on both cases.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently it's different.
People. Damn, he's something else, huh? Oh, right.
Yeah, so I gotta do admit, I forgot about him.
So you do admit,
I do admit and scan it to them.
oh, okay,
Scan
that's what
it,
you were saying, because
yeah.
I didn't have paperwork, so I don't take that minute.
But now, see, the thing is, did they even know about the other court date?
Who?
The 18th, he got a court date for the 18th.
Remember, it was
He
mentioned.
knows, the attorney knows, but I'm talking about the jail.
You just told him, you better go, send a med to him.
I'm gonna send him in for both.
Well, can't go wrong.
Cool. Let me get your CHIO paperwork ready.
I appreciate that.
You hanging in there, Sarah?
Yeah, Sarah.
I don't know. You tell me, how am I doing?
You get a good lesson. I mean,
You're doing good.
you're doing what you
Yeah.
got, you know.
You know what I'm not used to?
How did
is
they
like-
put you in there this fast? I mean, that's.
Well,
the thing.
because I'm filling in because someone else is out.
Okay.
So
that's how
usually
you
I'm
get
in King. They kept putting you out county and all over. So now it's kind of consistently King and out county City Wake.
Okay.
But then it switched. So I was in Westland yesterday. I'm in
Whoa.
Giles today.
So you guys pretty
Oh.
short, huh?
Yeah. And then an EPA just went out for she's quarantining. So
Man.
we're really short. But we got 2 new people and they're just getting.
I remember when
Like
you.
I'm the vet now. I've been here for like 2 months.
I was gonna say that. I remember when she first came in. I remember she said something, and now she's got all over the place. She's doing it. I mean, that's how you learn, though, right?
Sarah, did you talk to Joe Fleming? Did you talk to that complainant?
Yes, I'm with him right now.
Okay.
Oh, that's him out there, Joe Flip. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna add, I need to address bond again now with the information I received from him.
Yeah, that's what the judge said. Because I told him that because he called me and he told me what was going on. So I suggest, because he was like, I drove down here, I'm in the parking lot. And I'm like, well, come in. I told downstairs to let him up to talk to you. So I told the judge that's what I did. He was like, okay, cool. She's just gonna have to bring the bond issue back.
So do I just submit a motion asking
Yeah.
for another, okay.
So that's the guy on the Montgomery case, or
Yeah, and I wish I knew all this, because
Yeah.
it would have never been removed.
Right.
I argued for nothing, but I didn't have all this information, there's a lot.
Right.
Right, that's what I figured, because he was clearly like, she lived next door. And I'm like,
Oh, next door.
She lives next door, and not only that, she's
That's
done
not-
multiple things that he's made police reports for.
Oh, no. Oh, God.
So there's not just his word, there's police reports out there on top of it, so it's like,
Yeah.
and she was, and then when she did this, she was on a GPS tether underneath house arrest. So she does not care at all
They're
about the
neighbors,
GPS
yeah.
tether. So the fact that we removed it, I don't think it's gonna do much damage. She didn't care when she was on it.
So-
Oh, that put her, yeah, right.
So she
But-
was already on a GPS?
She was on a GPS tether house arrest.
Oh, because it was so close, it didn't. pick
I'm
it up.
assuming that's why it was the house, because
That's
it was just a
why.
floating
It's so
assault, so.
close, that's why.
That's why they said house arrest. I
But
wondered
she
that
still
too.
was, and that's why when the judge said, well, they're like, oh, well, she can't, whatever. And he's like, well, you were on house arrest anyways. So
Right.
we didn't really, but I didn't know all of this was going on, that she's still, you know,
Yeah.
leaving this.
Yeah, because the judge didn't know that probably.
No, no one knew. There's no police reports in here. There's nothing, so.
So Sarah, when you get it, if you can just, if you want, just email it straight to me.
When I get what, the police report?
When you gonna do address the file?
Well, don't I have to like submit a motion?
Yeah.
Okay,
So I'm
so
saying just, send me a copy.
of the motion, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'll
And
do
then
that.
that way we'll try to get you on quick.
Okay. All right, thank you. I'll probably work on that today or tomorrow.
Sarah, you're doing all right.
Oh, thank you.
Oh,
Thank you.
You know
I'm a little proud of myself.
it. You should be.
This is real life. I really doing all this stuff.
That's deep how they throw you.
I went to Olive Garden before.
Oh, that. That's interesting. That's how you learn, though. You get put in front of,
Yeah,
in front
but
of,
you know what?
you get in front of Judge Giles, and he'll let you, he'll teach you real fast. how
Oh,
you're
yeah,
supposed to do
she'll
it.
get you on your P's and Q's. But Blair Moody said that she was good.
Yeah, I saw. I remember when she first came in. I could tell for her just stepping in like that.
Right.
Yeah, she still was trying to, without, you know. Yeah, I know, right? Ooh. And, you know, I liked her calmness because. Oh, God, he were up to remember. Oh, he did. I remember when she first came. Remember that? I was like, no, you are. No, you, like they say, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. Oh, it was funny. So, yeah, she could tell she's catching on fast.
I know, it's taking me a long time.
Well, hey, what I'm going, I ain't going on right here with you. Take care of your business. He's not going anywhere either. Because we're doing pretty good. Good timing for what's going on. But for a second there, it looked kind of tight.
Yeah, because I was a little worried when that 9 o'clock went that long. I was like, oh, no.
Yeah, when he was,
we're gonna be here all day. But
Mr. Docs,
actually,
Mr. Docs.
if that video would have went, it would
It
have
would've
been a
been.
long time.
What do we do on vacation?
Found out.
And he might have some on there to help, but without, you know, still. Oh, Sarah, here's some of your paperwork. If you need.
Oh, all my dismissals?
Yeah.
And they're pink.
Right.
You get the pink slip.
Perfect.
It's pink for the prosecutor.
Yeah, right.
Pink for like expired.
Oh, so I kind of found something.
Oh, cool.
So after I went down my shot yesterday, I went to the mall.
Oh,
I went
okay.
to Macy's. I don't know if you ever heard, Macy's has, it's called Backstage. Have you heard of it?
Yeah.
So it's
Which
kind
one
of
did
like
you go to? The one at Fairlight? I mean,
No, I
the
went to the
one
one in Troy.
in Troy. That's one at Backstage. They have it up there.
Because
Yeah.
there are only a certain ones.
Certain ones, they don't have
Yeah.
that, yeah.
So I found one for this, it's like a beige. I like the dress, it's nice, however, I don't know if I like it with my brown.
But it's beige, it should go with brown.
It should, but it's like it needs something else.
Once you show the picture, I'm pretty good at it.
I
Putting
asked
stuff
my
together.
sister said maybe a scarf around the neck or something.
She did suggest that.
Now that, a brown scarf, will
Yeah,
tighten up with the shoes, yeah.
yeah, she said that. And I
And
was
you,
like,
what kind
okay.
of jewelry you gonna wear? Yeah, that's it, that'll tighten it up too.
I think I'm just gonna wear I got some diamond studs. I think I'm
Okay.
just gonna wear them. I think. Is that or
You have something that's longer, a little longer?
what, earrings?
Yeah,
Uh,
you always wear studs, huh?
I like studs or hoops. I have hoops.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, yeah, actually, that's all I have is studs and hoops.
Alright.
So, it's either that dress or it's a brown sweater dress that I have. It has a turtleneck.
Well, that's what it was.
And it has a little bit of beige in it too, right? But now listen, so I like both of them dresses. Okay? Then I found this like leather skirt.
Brown?
Mhm.
Oh, where'd you find that at?
At the Macy's.
Okay, so you, okay.
Yeah. So I like the skirt. However, I don't really have a top.
Ah, see, I was
But
gonna
now
ask you
listen to
about
this.
that.
So my husband comes home and I had the stuff on the bed because I was trying the dresses and I,
Okay, okay.
and he sees the skirt and he was like, "Oh, is that what you're wearing? I like that." I'm like, "You would
Now
pick-
you gotta
now
find
you
a.
would pick the one that I don't have a shirt to match it."
Since now when
Or
you're
it's
gonna go get
going.
there, yeah. And you gotta do it, you know what? Oh, you gotta do it today.
Oh, yeah, I don't have no time.
You gotta do it today because tonight,
Tomorrow,
later
yeah.
in the day, I hope it lasts longer. I think tonight it's supposed to get like 2 to 3 inches of snow. You hear me? Yeah, I heard that too, because I got a dentist appointment. And I have to go, I'm gonna have to be getting up early, to shovel snow, so I can get, move my cars out there, my wife, so she can get out too. Ain't that a lot? I wasn't expecting, I didn't want that. I'm glad I talked to you, because you gotta be,
Yeah,
don't
'cause
wait
I
till,
gotta
don't wait till tomorrow.
Oh, no, I can't. I don't have time.
And plus you
It's going
going to,
Clip.
yeah, dang.
439 Judge Giles courtroom, how may I help you?
Hey, this is Attorney Dupree. I have a case set for exam on Wednesday. We have a plea ready. I'm wondering if we can get it on the docket for Tuesday morning.
Is your person in or out?
Out.
He is out. And you want to do it what day?
Plea Tuesday morning. Or Tuesday, whatever Tuesday. Whatever.
Can we help you, officer?
Okay, do you
All right,
have
brother.
the actual copy of the
Some
plea?
officers' cases need to be adjourned, but they want to be present when we adjourn it.
Okay, yeah, you can
They
email.
need to
And when is
adjourn
it scheduled
They
for?
wanted to adjourn a case, but they wanted the officer present, so I guess they wanted you to stand in for the.
So it's scheduled for Wednesday, and you just want to do it on Tuesday?
Yeah, because it's
Today? Yeah, it's Judge Giles.
Yeah.
They were, I'm hoping we can come out
Mm.
and do the plea.
Yeah, you can do it either way on plea early Zoom.
The prosecutor said they want a web to show up, but
So you
usually
think
come out
you're
of the way, so.
Wednesday?
Yeah, you can do it Wednesday, just log on early
It must not be.
and email me the plea
Look at these things.
so I can attach it to the file, so I know.
Will do.
All right, sound good?
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Make sure your client is on. All
I will.
right, thank you. Bye-bye. Oh, I should have told him to let the prosecutor know.
Yeah, you got it.
Oh, man.
What? Judge Giles?
I don't think we have Watts on it. We'll have Watts on it.
What, for today? No.
Not
Got
a
a
Watts
case
for the
number?
day.
Watson, Judge Giles.
Hey.
Got a case number? I can look it up.
That's what you got the case number.
You're gonna call the prosecutor? Yeah, he, I got him, the last name, man.
Yeah, 'cause I don't think.
Hey, who all the judges, they're on the court.
Yeah, King. Next to it, 143. Good city, man. You all right?
Nothing to do with you, bro?
Well, man, take care of yourself. Be safe.
He's at Watts, right?
Watts, yeah, that's what it sounds like.
What?
Watts, we don't have Watts. He had his
So
partner
they ain't
come.
had no paperwork?
No, he was coming down because his partner couldn't come down that right away.
Right.
You say anything to Judge Giles. Everybody wants Judge Giles, it'd be another courtroom.
Right, they just want. Yeah, so I'll try, but the thing is, I'm
Hey,
just gonna-
sis, you got it. Oh, now where will you go now? You're not going back out there, are you? You gonna go out
That's
there?
another thing. I don't know if I wanna go back out there.
I know, that's gonna be a little way. Where you standing? You close to me? Where you standing?
No, I'm on the east side.
I know.
St. Clair Shores.
Okay, I'm first, I'm in Warren.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
so
so
I'm on nine.
near
and
13,
Harper.
okay.
Thank you. Hi.
Hey, oh, girl, you look all different. How you doing?
I need a couple sheets of paper.
Look at all tan. I like
You need
that,
some
the tan.
Yeah.
Right on, sister.
You're not in our courtroom.
I'm gonna leave next door, but they won't let me in.
They won't let you in.
Did you see the attorney on your next
More than
case?
enough, I appreciate it. She's trying to decide.
Did you see the attorney on the next case? Is she-
I think I'm gonna let it grow.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in between right now, so yeah.
A lot of people.
I think it's Miss Woodyer, I think.
Yeah.
Mr. Woodyer. Mr. Woodyer.
Yeah.
Just Jones, does your daughter make gluten-free and vegan desserts too?
Yep.
I've started the gluten-free and then I want to move to vegan. Yeah. My son's godmother is gluten-free and she's like begging for desserts all the time. She's like, people get to have cake and I have to eat an orange. It's not fair. So she guilted me into starting gluten.
Oh, that's a good thing.
Yeah, people want it.
Then later they're gonna say something about free good.
But see, my uncle is gluten free. He has really bad celiac.
Uh-huh.
Like if you fry his chicken in grease that has already had chicken that has had flour on it, he'll be sick for about 3 days.
Whoa.
He literally will throw up for 3 days straight
Oh, he
until
got the-
he
yeah,
gets
that's-
everything back.
Wow.
Send his system out, and then he has to go be hospitalized
Oh.
to get IVs to retreat. So he literally has it horrible.
You really gotta be careful with him, yeah.
What's going on with her?
12:15
Did they open it? Did they let her open it yet?
I didn't hear you.
Is her bakery open yet?
No. They still screwing over.
That's sad.
I know, right? You, Woodyer.
Yeah, are they here?
No, he's not here, it's 12.
The defendant here?
Huh?
Is the defendant here?
They haven't came up to the door. Let me see my partner before he left. No, no, he's out. He's supposed to be out, this guy. We got one rest of the afternoon. Love it. He's the only one. Let me go out here and check it too. What is that one attorney, the female? Her name is Wood. Who? The female attorney, older lady used to work at UB. What is her name? Woodard or something too, or what? That's has a heavy voice like.
No, I don't know.
Woodard? No.
No.
Woodard. No, that's another. Wood is another person. Woodard or what?
No. Oh.
What would I answer that?
No, nobody?
No, I just called him out. No. Good.
So love it next. Love it.
Isn't her name Woodard or something? It's Wood. Yeah, she's I like this little lady.
I have no idea.
What?
I don't think you know.
No, I know. I know. I've heard her voice before. I wouldn't be saying this. I remember her. She got a deep voice. I remember her from juvenile court back in the day. When I was a young officer, you was an older attorney.
Okay.
So, have you,
Oh, Marv, you didn't lose it.
I can't wait to see her. Maybe I just would. Oh, there you go.
Hi. Hi, how you doing? I'm great. How are you?
Just fine. Good. Your client is with you?
My client's not here?
Nope. Have you talked to him?
Ready when you are.
Client, hi.
No, I have not seen him.
Oh, I'm sorry, what's your client's name?
Hart Harris, Darnell Harris. He's not in the hallway, sir.
I called. You can call yourself. I did.
Let me just double check.
Yeah. Just left out there. No one answered. I don't understand people come to court and don't come in.
They what?
Who comes up and sit down, don't come in and check with.
Oh.
Like people putting on here. I've been out there all this. Really.
Yeah, it happens.
I understand that. Okay, I want to get in and out. I'm not trying to wait around. I'll tell you why. Can we get this done now?
Right.
Okay. All righty.
Ready on Harris, calling case number 2059735. The people of the state of Michigan versus Darnell Harris. Defendant is charged with count 1, weapons carrying concealed. This matter is scheduled for examination. Defendant has failed to appear.
Good morning, Your Honor. Serving on behalf of the people, P84189.
Judge Giles, good morning to you. Good morning to your staff, or good afternoon now. Michael Woodard, I'm appearing on behalf of Mr. Darnell Harris by P number 6412. Judge, this matter was scheduled some time ago. I've lost track of when we actually last appeared. I know I had contact with Mr. Harris early on. I had sent him a letter and I had phone contact. I have been unable to raise Mr. Harris during the course of the past couple of weeks in preparation for today's hearing. I don't have an explanation for his absence. I would ask you simply to continue the matter.
All right, well, it should keep you. You can show, any bond previously committed shall be forfeit, the bond set, 30,000 cash. You find them, to bring them on Zoom.
I appreciate that opportunity, Judge. Can you tell me again what the bond is that you set?
30,000.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
I will try to, we'll try to.
The rest is, more than likely, I'll leave them in.
I will send another letter to that effect.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you. Hopefully you have a good weekend.
You do send me a nice.
I will. You know what I'm gonna do? Nothing. Just like last week.
No.
And the weekend before that.
No.
Nothing. I'm home.
All right, that's what's it.
And then, Your Honor, I'll be back at 2:30 for that.
Okay.
Other exam.
All right.
You're gonna be doing that.
What you said?
You're gonna be doing
All right,
that.
brother, see you at 1:30.
All right.
That's no problem.
Thank you. I can't hear. Do you
So
guys
our
I
next
can't
one
hear?
is 1:30.
The court, I'm like, what's your name? I don't can't hear you.
You see you then. The Thursday.
Cut this stuff off. Have some privacy for your.
Yep.